Hey, folks. Wardable, that sounds like a great honor, man. Thank you. Hey, Joke. Hey, Captain Tars. Hey, Sweden Boy. Hey, FBG. Love that emote, Captain Tars. What a great way to start the day. Looks good, dude. Hey, Ramses. Hey, Jojo. Hey, Volts. Tired much? Always, man. Do I look tired? I actually went to bed really early and woke up naturally even before stream time. So I'm probably less tired than normal for a morning stream. Wardable Streaming says, "What is that emoticon?" You don't have it yet, Wardable. You got to be a sub, dude. That is indeed the correct text string, though. Thanks for the free advertising, though, Wardable. Thanks for teeing up the free advertising so I could knock it out of the park. Hey, Asaph Nexus, how's this going, man? Good morning. Hey, Dragfac. Hey, Zaviju. Hey, Silas. How's everybody doing this morning? Hey, Silas again. Hey, Peru. Hey, Jaga. Logs. Jojo. Adre. Cooler Than Jesus. Hey. Hey, Tom. Marja. What do you think about Burn Mage plus Yoga? Well, I think Burn Mage is a pretty cool deck. I don't personally do a lot of Yoga. It looks cool, though. I'm sure it's good for you. I'm sure it's a fun, healthy exercise and experience. I think you mean Burn Mage plus Yogg, not Yoga. In which case, I think Yogg fits in the deck just fine. Control Hunter, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna try to build a Control Hunter deck today because I think we all saw Death Stalker Rexar making an appearance in the Knights of the Frozen Throne reveal, which to me seems like it's going to lend itself best to a control environment. So I'm kind of just curious, what can you do with Control Hunter right now? I haven't really tried to play a Control Hunter or build a Control Hunter. I'm sure some people out there have already done so and have built some cool decks, probably better than what I'm going to end up with, but I still want to try myself and see how it goes. Because, you know, it's always fun deck experimenting and trying to make something cool, so that's what we're going to do this morning. Hey, Regis, please read my Arthas. I thought about Arthas that's similar to Finja. Maybe different in mana cost or stats, but whenever it kills a minion, it summons the minion that was killed. Yeah, I've seen that idea a couple times. It sounds pretty cool. I don't know that it would need stealth necessarily, but I'm afraid that would be a tad too slow, but it would be pretty cool if it worked. Maybe if it had stealth, it would be a lot better. It can't be targeted, that kind of thing to keep it alive. Regarding your video about the Arthas card, didn't Blizzard say that the Lich King card will be a hero card? I don't remember specifically hearing that. I think they said... Maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they did. Nobody in the comments mentioned that I saw, I don't think. I'd have to rewatch the video, Mr. Ja. Or maybe somebody in chat can confirm. I think the Legendary Undead Rexar card will be the Destroyer of Aggro. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I think it's going to be a cool card. I'll say that. Why is my chat so small today? How do I make that? There we go. There we go. Captain Tar says, no, thank you. It's an awesome emote. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you like it. I think it's pretty cool, too. In for Control Hunter Tier 1. Yeah, we'll see. Ward, I have seen your message. Yeah, I just haven't gotten back to anybody. Don't worry. It's not you. It's been a really, really extraordinarily busy past 10 days for me or so. But I'm not ready yet anyway, so I'll get to it eventually, but you'll know. You'll be the first to know. What does the emote look like? So guys, if you sub at any given tier, you get one of these 3 emotes on Twitch. The first one's for regular subs, the second one's for $10 subs, and the third golden, glorious, shining Regis head is for $25 subs, although I certainly cannot recommend anyone spends $25 on a sub. That'd be crazy. Hey, Zacchia Staccato. I had a good 4th of July. Yeah, it's a while ago, but it was pretty good. I do play a lot of other Blizz games, pretty much all the other Blizz games, Saviju. I did, in fact, play a ton of HOTS back in the day. Victini's got that right. What do you think the new hero cards will be like? I don't know. It's hard to say. I might make a video on it, though, so stay tuned in the next week or so. Stay tuned. Wardable says, new Rex are too slow for Hunter. Well, that's what we're about to test, isn't it? We're going to find out. Hey, Conchi000, welcome to the stream, dude. I don't play Diablo 3 lately, but I did play it right when it launched. I've played every game on the Blizzard launcher, guys. So, and some of them I still play today, like HOTS and WoW and Hearthstone, of course. So you might be able to guess from the screen you're looking at. All right, guys, I may fall behind a little bit on chat here. I gotta jump into this. We actually gotta play some games. We can't just sit and read and Q&A all day. Although that would be awesome. It's a lot of fun. I do want to go ahead and jump into what is going to be a deck-experiment, and you guys are probably familiar with my deck-experiments if you're here, but essentially that's where I experiment with a deck idea. This one's not particularly creative or perhaps even new, but I do want to try to build my own Control Hunter deck in the Unguro meta, but with a mind for what could be a Control Hunter deck in the next expansion, Knights of the Frozen Throne. Because essentially we saw that Death Stalker Rexar card, which to me looks like it's going to be a really great way for a Hunter to contest late game value control style matchups, which Hunter has really never been able to do before, because it's essentially going to give Hunter, that's not what it's called. I should not have said that. That's not the name of Hunter. It's going to give Hunter card draw. Be sure not to stick the word card and Hunter together often. It's going to give Hunter card draw, which I can't say it, which Hunter has never really had before, especially late game card draw with like chat, you gotta stop. You're gonna make me laugh too. Chat, you're gonna embarrass me. Stop. I'm gonna laugh too hard. It's gonna give Hunter card draw. God, I can't ever say that sentence again. Oh, God. I'm going to have to re-record the beginning of this for the inevitable video I turn this into, because I really don't want that to be on YouTube forever. Hunter's never had that, but the new Rexar Hero, the Death Knight Hero card, is going to give it basically life tap, where you create your own card, which will give it both value minions, but also late game card draw, essentially, or card generation at the very least. So Hunter will be able to go toe-to-toe. But, you know, one card does not a deck make. You have to have the supporting pieces and the other 29 cards there. So, Captain Tarsus Regis must have a bit of Aussie anime. Yeah, no joke. But you need 29 other cards to prop up Deathstalker Rexar. So the question is, can we build a deck right now that looks like it'll be halfway viable, so that when we can start putting in some of those new pieces from Knights of the Frozen Throne, and presumably there will be more than just Deathstalker Rexar, but if you start filling those into the holes, can you suddenly have a really top-tier viable deck? So can we build that shell today and say, man, if we could replace this and this and this and this with a few new really good Control Hunter cards, we'd have a great deck. Then I think that will be a successful deck experiment. I think that's the hypotheses that we want to test today. So what we need to do now is try to build this bad boy instead of talking about it so much. So I think we want to go through and grab cards that we know are going to be control style cards that are really powerful. So some of the heavy hitters here in Hunter. So I mean, like these three, for instance, are fantastic around the board. I don't know for sure that Swamp King Dread's what we want, but it sure seems like a defensively minded control style card. I think Unleash the Hounds isn't going to be an important part of a Control Hunter, just because it really helps you against tokens and wide boards, which there are always a lot of in the meta. I think Houndmaster just makes a lot of sense because it's a buff card, it's a taunt, those kinds of things. I think Animal Companion's just too good to lose. I think Eaglehorn Bow is probably just too good to lose. I think you have to have at least one deadly shot. We don't want things like Hyena. That's more of a kind of win condition for an early to mid-range deck. I kind of like the idea of things like freezing traps, just because they're such strong tempo plays, and maybe an explosive trap too for boards. Maybe we just go one of each. They also synergize the Eaglehorn Bow really nicely. As far as early game cards, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have stuff like Jeweled Macaws, I suppose, and even Crackling Razor Maws for the occasional times these hit. The question is are we going to have a consistent enough early game to really make the Crackling Razor Maws relevant? And I'm afraid the answer might just be no. Control decks obviously do need some early game cards just to contest what your opponents are trying to do. I just don't know if Razor Maw will be strong enough. I mean, there are going to be instances where it gives the High Mane taunt and the Swamp King Dread taunt and stuff like that. That's a pretty defensively minded play, but We'll see. By the way, guys, I'm probably going to fall behind on chat a little bit right now as I focus on the deck. I know you guys have awesome ideas, and you're going to give me tons of better ideas than I come up with myself. So I'll go back and read chat and be like, oh, yeah, of course, that makes a ton of sense. But for now, I'm just going to kind of power through and focus on this and see what my version looks like. And then perhaps down the road, we can start to tweak it a little bit and see how it goes. So I think this is a good start for the Hunter core of the deck. You know, things like Explosive Shot make a lot of sense too, probably. But I don't know how many of those we want. We can't have all minions. We do need to have some removal. Freezing Trap and Explosive Trap and Deadly Shot and the Eaglehorn Bow satisfy that need a little bit. But another thing we need is card draw, right? Like, I think we have to have some card draw. Actually, running a Flare is halfway decent just because of all the secrets are in the meta. And it's just cycle. So, you know, something like an Acolyte of Pain. Grime Street Informant's kind of intriguing. This is a card I've seen teched in a few different lists in control environments just because it's card generation plus an early body for us to run. Maybe toss in one of those, see how it looks. Cult Master's pretty intriguing with Unleash the Hounds, but I don't think that's a play we're going to want to make very often. We could toss in a Harrison for weapon removal. I don't hate ideas like that. It's also just pseudo card draw. Thalanos probably doesn't work a lot in our deck. Loot Hoarder is always one of those things that kind of just fits in a deck because it's early bodies. Not probably the best card draw in the world, but Hunter itself just doesn't have access to a lot of card draws. So I don't think that's going to be a. In other words, I think this is a fine version for us because we just don't have any other alternatives really. I think Acolyte of Pain is probably just a little too slow. We don't have ways to activate it ourselves, which is problematic. That's better decks that can do stuff with it, buff it, or ping it, whatever you need. So now we have Jeweled Macaw, we have Grime Street Informant, Loot Hoarders for card draw, Flare for card draw, Harrison Jones, theoretically card draw. The question is, do we have enough meat to this deck? Right now, we're actually a lot of mid-game pieces. Eaglehorn Bows, Deadly Shots, a lot of early to mid-game control, which I think is good. I think that's important.
Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't ya?
Hey, Black Wolfa, thank you for the legit $5 sub. Not even Twitch Prime, but a true $5 sub. Appreciate it, Black Wolfa. Welcome, man. And stay tuned to your Twitch messages, Black Wolfa. I'll be sending you a whisper with some additional details on some cool stuff you get as a subscriber to me on Twitch. It's not going to be just the Twitch bonuses, although you should certainly check your emotes right now in chat. You can share one of those beautiful emotes that Captain Tars just displayed in chat. But on top of that, you'll get some extra stuff, which is still in the works since it's not ready yet, but coming soon. I wasn't quite ready for the sub button as quickly as it came, so still working on that a little bit, but it'll be here before too long. So if that satisfies our need for card draw, what I think we need to look at now is more sort of game-winning kinds of cards. Like, for instance, is Medivh actually halfway decent in our deck thanks to Call of the Wild? Like, this is a pretty sick combo. We also have some just 3-mana spells that are decent. So it's not like we'd be sitting on Medivh forever. We think we'd be able to activate it pretty consistently. Like, I kind of like the idea of Medivh in this list. It makes some sense to me. N'Zoth, Yogg-Saron, those are the kinds of cards you could typically add in. We have some Death Rattles. Gosh, N'Zoth actually wouldn't be terrible, would it? Savannah Highmane, Loot Hoarders. Are there any other Death Rattles we'd want to add? Like, could this give us our win condition? There's a lot of good Death Rattles, I guess, in Hunter. Infested Wolf would fit our curve fairly well. We could toss in a N'Zoth. That would be a fantastic win condition. The question is, if we do that, I don't know if we need Medivh, and I don't even know if we need Call of the Wild, honestly. Like, the idea for Call of the Wild was to give us sort of a finisher piece, but if we already have double Highmane, double Infested Wolf, Loot Hoarders, that's a really good N'Zoth setup. But then does our deck get a little too heavy, right? Like, do we have too many 8-9 kinds of cards here? I don't think we need more Death Rattles to satisfy N'Zoth. I think that's more than enough. The question is, do we need more removal? Do we need more taunts? Do we need something like a Volcanosaur, for instance, is just a big beast body? Probably not. We don't really have taunt in the deck right now, other than potentially from Houndmaster and Animal Companion. Grime Street could give us taunt. Razor Maw, I guess. Curve looks okay. I mean, maybe another 1-drop wouldn't hurt, honestly, like a Fiery Bat, just because we need to have that N'Zoth now. I don't know. I feel like maybe N'Zoth is just a little bit too predictable, but if it works, there's no reason not to do it. I'm sure there's a great N'Zoth hunter list already out there that somebody's made, but as I mentioned before, I don't want to just copy a deck, right? God, like, this doesn't feel terrible. We're really light on mid-game, though. 5 and 4 are both fairly weak, but if you have a lot of 2-drops that generate cards and a lot of 3-drops, typically you can kind of piece together a turn. I don't want to use the hero power a lot because I think that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Is N'Zoth Hunter too predictable, guys? I don't know. I'm not sure. Black Wolfa says, F yeah. Told you you deserve that sub button. Thanks, Black Wolfa, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. But E plus Call of the Wild is so disgusting. I agree. I feel like N'Zoth might just be something that everybody's already done. And I don't... The problem I have with N'Zoth right now is that I don't think if we do the... If we're really truthfully sticking to the idea that we want to build a deck that works in the perhaps new environment of Knights of the Frozen Throne with the new Death Stalker Rexar card, I'm not sure it would go this way, although, of course, I guess they did say there's going to be a lot of Death Rattle cards in Knights of the Frozen Throne, so perhaps maybe even Death Rattle will get better, and maybe this is the route we want to go. I kind of want to just test this list, guys. We've got 3 hours this morning. If it doesn't go well, we can come back and tweak it, right? We don't have to stick to this exactly. So let's do this. Let's jump into some games. It's been too long without an actual game. I know people are going to get restless. Not everybody loves the creation process. Some people just want to do games. So let's hop in. Let's see how it goes. Curator and Primordial Drake, always a good... Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Always in control decks, I think. Just you can toss that into anything and have a nice little package of cards. Can't really go wrong there. I don't really like Dinomancy because it's a little slow, I think. And we just maybe don't have enough beasts. Remember, not all of our cards are beasts. We have loot hoarders and other stuff, too. It's probably an okay hand, honestly. Whoa! Malchezaar Priest. I can't say I've seen one of those lately. This doesn't trade very well, so I'm gonna save the coin. I don't feel a rush to get it out. Regis, I just wanted to ask you, do you know when in August is the new expansion release? I don't know for sure, but I did some math based on their release schedule last time, and it looks to me like it's gonna line up for August 17th. That's my guess on when the expansion will be. August 17th. Just based on their card reveal schedule of the last expansion and the amount of weeks that lined up, August 17th sounds like the day. Ziv231 says, I was watching your Control Rogue Quest deck on YouTube, apparently, and I opened up one of your streams to catch you, and you're once again testing a Control N'Zoth deck. So yeah, that sounds right. I like the big cards, that's for sure. I like the big cards. Morris, I see you. You've been noticed. You've been noticed, man. I'm just bouncing back and forth. It's hard to keep up, particularly when making the deck. Cobbin Hunter says, awesome job, Regis. Keep it up. Thanks, dude. Appreciate the kind words. God, we have 11... Like, we have an insane amount of damage right now. 8, 11. We could hit for 13. I really want to trade into this in Freezing Trap, but I also just need to kill this because he's going to heal a ton off of it. So I'm a little bit kind of stuck. We could just go face for everything, right? And let him try to trade into the board. But protecting this is actually a pretty valuable asset. It's sort of against the grain of what we're trying to do, but there's a good chance he can't kill this. And so even if he heals, like... And he might make a mistake and attack first to test the secret, in which case we're really good to go. Morris says, can't believe he kind of shouted me out. Yeah, dude. I got time for everybody. Just try my best. Regis, at some point, would you mind giving me some suggestions on my Dragon Reno N'Zoth quest deck? That is a lot of keywords, dude. A lot of keywords. But yeah, sure thing. Send it to me on Twitter. I don't have a chance on stream, but if you tweet it at me, I'm happy.
Aha!
A lot of heal here. Is he gonna go face? It's an interesting decision here. Probably freezing trap, honestly, which is annoying because we can't really kill anything. Where did this come from? Where did this secret come from, anyway? What did he cast to get our secret? I don't even remember. I'm reading so much chat. Oh, the Crystalline Oracle. So yeah, it could be, it has to be freezing trap, right? So, no, it has to be explosive trap because no, it could be either. We don't know. We don't know. It doesn't have to be anything. We don't know. This will tell us if it's explosive trap. We're kind of just screwed anyway, right? Like we. Explosive trap. Okay. So the only way to kill this is unleash the hounds, which sucks, but I'm still gonna do it.
Aha!
He's probably thinking he's good to go because we don't have any answers left. But remember, we have some late game bombs coming. This is a pretty sick curve if we can hit this. But we need a good card in the meantime, right? Like that's an issue, obviously. Deadly Shot would be great. Deadly Shot might be the only way I actually have to kill that. Now that I think about it, Houndmaster does not help me. Animal Companion does not help me. So we still know that's explosive trap. We gotta keep that in mind. I'm gonna forget. Control Hunter ends up being aggro, right? Yeah, that's how it's been played so far. Oh, Deck Tracker. Yeah. Deck Tracker, of course. Yeah, guys. I always forget. It's an old theme here. It's an old theme. Regis, what are your opinions on Spirit Echo? I've had fun with Spirit Echo. In Shaman, obviously, because that's the class it's for. This is bad, of course. We really need to be able to kill this, but I don't have a way to do it yet. I can't even double Houndmaster into it, which sucks. So this is going to be Freezing Trap. We know for a fact. Which also sucks. So we kind of just have to park here. We can't attack, because it's gone. Is this deck list right? Yeah, okay, now let me get it on screen. Boom, easy. Actually worked today. Yay. 1 second, guys. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Come on, work. Why aren't you working? There it goes. Cool. It's done, guys. Okay, Riku says, haven't been here in a while. Glad to be back. Yeah, man, welcome back. Love that I saw you log on Twitch while I was watching your YouTube video about Arthas cards. Yeah, I hope you guys liked that video. That was a little bit of a departure for me. So I wasn't sure how people would feel about it. This is brutally good if we can live long enough to utilize it, because he has the combo out, and we'll probably just be able to generate, like, a bajillion cards here. Like, this is still enough to win the game, though, surprisingly, somehow. It's just so good. Oh, boy! Live, just let me live. Oh, I forgot we had Freezing Trap! No! I think we're probably just dead of the board, right? Really close to dead of the board. Oh, this is cool, though. Maybe he runs out of time. It's hard to use Lyra when you have no Zormu out, so this might actually benefit us. Oh, we're probably just dead to Mind Blasts. Oh! Well, that was fun, but when you don't have an answer to Lyra, you got a problem. That's for sure. Just joined. What did I miss? I think you caught this. That's the most important part. You didn't miss much. That was game number 1. Hey, Regis, you are really excited about the Knights expansion. I've watched all 3 of your videos you put out in the last 3 days. I'm super excited, too. Yeah, man, it's cool. I really, really like the theme. Sounds like there's going to be some cool stuff with the new heroes. It looks great for a content creator like me. It's going to be a lot of cool videos to make, a lot to talk about. A lot of new cards to show off and theorize about, as you've seen already. I could probably do 2 new videos on the new Hunter Death Stalker Rexar card alone. I'm probably only going to do 1, but I could easily do 2. Mage, we don't really know that we want any of this, so we'll just toss it all back. Yeah, new cards 24th of July, guys. And I know that that's so long to wait, but I actually have videos related to Frozen Throne planned out for basically every other day up until the 24th. So, essentially some different kind of theory crafting videos along the way. I guess Piranha Launcher is going to give me the most overall value, but those were some bad options. So I've got like videos planned out talking about Lifesteal, about Prince Kelithess, that new card, and how he works, and I don't remember what else. A number of different videos. Let's see what I've got planned out here over the next, essentially over the next 2 weeks. I want to have a Frozen Throne theme video every other day. So yesterday I had the Arthas video. Tomorrow I'm going to do top 10 Zombeasts, so the zombies you create with the Hunter hero power. The 13th, Thursday, I'm going to do a Prince Kelithess video talking about decks and 2-drops and how many decks tend to run 2-drops. Then I'm going to do ideas for the other Death Knight heroes, so sort of speculating like what their hero powers might be based on the card artwork that we've, or the artwork that we've seen. Talking about characters in Northrend and Wrath of the Lich King that would be really good legendaries in Frozen Throne, and then also analyzing Lifesteal and perhaps trying to detect whether or not it could be a card that's overcosted or a mechanic that's overcosted based on the card we've seen so far. Wardable Streaming says, I have a million questions. By the way, Wardable Streaming, I'm going to give you a little bit of a shout out, dude. I checked out your YouTube channel, Wardable Streaming, and I actually really enjoyed it, man. You had some cool like remixes and some crazy music on there, which, you know, I'm not into that scene necessarily, but it seemed particularly awesome to me, dude. So there you go, free shout out to Wardable Streaming. I don't know exactly. I think your YouTube channel was just called Wardable Music, if I remember right, but. Anyway, I have a million questions. Did you attend university? Yes. What do you do in your other job? I'm a director of marketing for a software dev company. When can we expect new card teasers? The 24th, I think, was the confirmed date for that. Don't be mere entity. Okay. Ziv says, hey, I was playing Europe and a bit of Asia servers, and I started playing in America lately. And your Budget J Druid gave me a good start, so thanks. Happy to hear that, dude. It's awesome. And grats to, grats on, you know, playing on a lot of different servers. That sounds awesome. Welcome to America. I can only play on one server. I just don't have time. I wish I could play on multiple servers. Alright, do we want to adapt the spider here? Probably so. Let's just see what happens. Well, those suck. Now I really wish I'd adapted the animal companion. Oh, shoot. We should have rolled for Leok first, but it's counterspell, so it doesn't matter. That's fine.
Aha!
That's a pretty sweet job. It actually is a really sweet job. I also get to work from home, so it's really flexible. That's basically the only reason I'm able to do this is because I have a lot of flexibility. But I've been doing it for about 5 years now. 5 years now. And business is actually better than ever, so... We were basically a startup 5 years ago, and now we are a business. A successful business. So that's always nice. Try to sell me Warsong Commander. I actually may make a video about Warsong Commander before too long. It's so bad. Wardable Streaming says, well, that was really nice of you. You really made me smile, man. No problem, dude. I legit enjoyed it. I'm not just saying that as like a shout-out. I thought it was cool. Yeah, I guess you can't go wrong here, right? Like, there's just a lot. Let's Jeweled Macaw first, I guess. Okay. I'm actually going to send these two in because that's a little easier to ping eventually, or you know, just the one extra attack to me is not worth the one extra health. I'm going to trade in the attack as opposed to the health. This, by the way, this curve. Are you guys watching this curve right now that we've had? Come on, dude. This freaking curve is insane. Probably actually going to use a weapon charge here to save a minion. Just because we don't have that many spells in hand, right? Like, we're not likely, it doesn't... Oh my god, this freaking curve! High main, into Medivh, into Call of the Wild, into N'Zoth. Guys, that's not fair. That's absolutely not fair. Well, that's not fair either, dude. That's rude. Those are two easy trades with Call of the Wild, at least, here. Ooh, Counterspell's a problem, though. Counterspell's a bit of an issue, though, guys. What are the odds it's Counterspell again? I mean, low, small. Smaller than the other secrets. I guess we go for it anyway, right? Like, even if it whiffs, we could test with Unleash and, like, do a Piranha Launcher, I guess. Or just Unleash Croc. Hero Power. Yeah, I guess it's fine. We're gonna N'Zoth anyway to a pretty sick board. Regrets, dude. Regrets. Regrets. We might have had lethal if we'd... No, probably not. No, I don't think so. Let's see. Unleashed Launcher, says Krayuth. Yeah, you landed the same spot as me. Most OP is Fledgling plus Stone Tusk Boar. Yeah, that might end up being true, actually, for Build a Beast cards. I think you might be right, Hungarian. That's probably going to be number 1 on my list of top 10 zombies. Man, I hate Freeze Mage. Yeah, everybody does right now, I think. I actually didn't want those to hit face. That's like the one thing we didn't want there. Kinda sucks. Does this put me on Ice Block Lethal? 9, 10. This does 7. Yeah, so I think we have to do this instead of N'Zoth. Because N'Zoth doesn't put us on Ice Block Lethal. So let's do the math here. We can attack for 8 and then 4. And then finish it off with the Huffer. We leave this minion alive, but that's probably okay. Alternatively, we could just trade and pop the block at 3. Because we have Call of the Wild anyway. Counterspell is a little bit problematic for that. But he'd have to Counterspell and clear the board. Nah, I don't actually think it's worth it. I think we gotta do this. I don't think we need to kill the 2/2. Because this basically means our hero power is always a win condition. As if we do it like this. Otherwise, we might have to use the spell, or we have the weapon charge, but he could freeze face, counterspell, and freeze the board or something, and we wouldn't be able to kill him. So, I think it's more important that we just play around every eventuality, essentially. Don't be able to kill me. Oh my god. Really? No! Flare? We're gonna freaking lose. Because of a Mind Blast. What can I do? We're dead. We're dead, guys. Pyroblast. So annoying. Oh my god. Freaking Mind Blast. And we have Flare in our deck too, is what's really frustrating. Huh. How do you lose that game? Mage is really broken. That's how. Tuba Fairy says, what do you think Warlock needs the next expansion to be at least a little bit viable? Is the discard mechanic the way, or should Blizzard push the Zoo or Demon stuff? Man, I don't know. I think they're going to try to make discard work, because they've just put so much work into it already. I think they're going to force it. So I'm sure they'll print some really overpowered discard card. That's my guess. That's a pretty good opener, actually. God, even Freezing Trap's not terrible, but it's probably Quest Rogue, so I think we just want to get off to a really fast start here. I don't think Freezing Trap's going to matter much against Quest Rogue, ultimately. Feels bad, man. Yeah, that sucked. Ice Block is so interactive, says James Foofle. Right? They nailed it with that card. Fun and interactive, as Hearthstone is called. That's what all the advertisements for Hearthstone say. Ooh, that's interesting. Like that with, like, loot order. Clickbait says Klaus Backguard. I don't know what that means, but sure. Clickbait. If you clicked and you felt baited, then I suppose it had to be clickbait, right? Clickbait's sort of one's own definition of it. I'm just going to do this. It throws us off curve, but it's the worst one. It gives us a lot of pressure opportunities with Razor Maul next turn. His name is Miracle and he plays Quest. You're right, Crescio, you're right. Oh, that's actually perfect because we needed an on-curve play. That's fantastic news. Sure. At least it's going to be around to buff all this other crap for a while. That's actually a really good card. I hope this lives, but it won't. Makes the Razvanus so much better, but we can still just grind Street Loot Order. This guy's had a pretty slow open so far, but that Mimic Pod's so scary, and those are obviously... He's done with the quest in no time, basically. Done with the quest in no time, so it's going to be hard to win this game. We're going to get unleashed upon with a horde of 5/5 soon. In fact, he might be able to finish next turn pretty easily, it looks like. The Swashbuckler came from Mimic Pod, so if he has another one in hand... Well, it doesn't even... He has one in hand we know of. Any other bounce means he's in a position to win here. Avenging Wrath is just damage, I guess, at the end of the day. We can't play either of these on curve, and that's a little slow, so I'm just going to take the card that gives me damage. And we just got to go all face, I think, guys. Make him make the trades. He's done with the quest anyway. I don't think we can play around that much. Do you think the Druid will be like Death Knight, Malfurion, Battlecry? Please put a beast in the deck if you have one win the game. I don't know, yeah. Yeah. I have to... I'm going to make a video with all the different speculations I have as far as... Don't have prep. Yeah, we're just dead. That's what we kind of thought.
Welcome.
That's what we kind of thought.
Make some room by the hearth, won't ya?
Hey, Wolf! Thanks for the $5 sub, man. That's the second true $5 sub today. That's sick, dude. Welcome, and stay tuned, Wolf, for some details. I'll send you a Twitch whisper, essentially, with some additional details on some other benefits you get as a subscriber here on my channel. But you're going to go ahead and test out your emotes, I think, so if you're all into the emotes, that's a good start. So we're just basically screwed, I think. He has 25 on board, so we have to trade into something.
Hey, give me that.
Doesn't actually help me much right now. Is there a way I can win this over 2 turns? I don't think so. Can do 5 right now to put him at 13. So if we somehow, even if we magically lived, which is incredibly unlikely, we would only have 5 next turn, and we would have to hit like every single Avenging Wrath. Every Avenging Wrath would have to go face for us to win. If we somehow magically survived. Which is again, not incredibly likely. There's no other outs, I don't think. We could try to Ravenous Pterodax into like taunt plus health, but that only trades into a couple guys. And not even that is very effective. So we're gonna go for the Avenging Wrath line, guys. We're gonna hit. Are we even? That doesn't even work. That's only 11. That's not even enough. We don't have the mana to. I was thinking we could take him down to 8. So this is not even a winning line. We only have 6 mana. Oh, great. That's super predictable and easy. We actually did live through the turn, though. What do we need here? Unleash the Hounds plus Magic. 5 or 6, we're supposed to traps to start, but not going to do the job for us. Great, he gets a 5/5. That's a much better card, honestly. You get a free Stranglethorn Tiger from your cat trick. That's a pretty good card. Quest Rogue nerf can't come soon enough. Totally agree. Totally agree. Tinga says, do you get money for Twitch Prime subs? Yeah, I get the same amount of money as a regular sub and a Twitch Prime sub. So it doesn't really, at the end of the day, matter which one is which. But the Twitch Prime subs, you guys have to manually renew them. it doesn't happen automatically. So that that's the only real upside for me to a regular sub. But again, it doesn't matter, and I don't even. It just at the end of the day, none of it matters, right? I'd be here anyway. But as you guys saw for the last 3 months, I was happy to stream without subs. How are your games going today? Frustrating thus far. We haven't really got to play any games yet. We've been playing Solitaire so far. We haven't actually got to play Hearthstone yet. Regis, do you think that with the new Hunter card, it's going to be easier to get Legend than with a mid-range deck? It's hard to say. I don't actually... I've read some comments on my YouTube video that say the new hero card for Hunter, Deathstalker Rexar will be better in mid-range than it will be in control. I don't agree with that. I don't... They might be right, by the way. I'm clearly, who knows, right? But I think it's going to be better in control because most of the times when you add in those sort of finishing piece style cards for mid-range decks, we've seen people do stuff like add in Deathwing or Ragnaros. Trying to think what else we've seen, but essentially the kind of cards you add in are not usually value generating cards. They're usually high pressure cards. Like Ragnaros is doing 8 damage, he's going to kill you eventually. Maybe he just hits 8 to face for the win. Deathwing just sacrifices everything for that last push. There's a lot of instances where when you add that finishing piece to a mid-range deck, sort of your last out, that it's not about... I think the healthier is just better for the eventual Houndmaster. It's not about long-term value. Because, in other words, it kind of splits your deck. Like, mid-range doesn't want to go forever, necessarily. They want to start winning the game. Even, like, Tyrion, in a mid-range Paladin deck, is more about, I'm going to get 15 damage off this weapon, and I'm going to end the darn game, right? Like, I'm going to pressure this guy to death. So, I don't think Deathstalker Rexar does that. He's more of a stall card that says, I'm going to give you some value back over the next 10 turns. But honestly, just that hero power and the beast you draw is not going to be enough to win the game if you keep complementing it with like 2 drops and 3 drops, and you don't have the late game sort of removal that a traditional control deck would have. So I think you're still going to get yourself stuck in a spot where you need more than just Deathstalker Rexar's hero power to win the game. Yeah, you can pick high cost cards every turn, but without reactive control style cards, I just don't know that you're going to be able to do it. So I don't actually think it fits best in a control deck. I think it's more, or in a mid-range deck, I think it does fit best in a control deck. That's at least my take, but we'll see. The only way that the hero card will work in Hunter is if they release a lot of supporting control cards for it. Yeah, that's the idea, and that's the kind of the test here too, is can we go ahead and build a Hunter deck that seems to support this? Is this a shell that you could plug in Deathstalker Rexar and you'd get a lot of value from? It's kind of the question I want to answer. Well, let's see what we get here first, and we'll probably just say Home Companion. Nope, we'll infest the wolf instead. We have to clear the board. We're the control version. We don't want to take free chip damage. We don't want him to get buff value and stuff. High main on 6 looks great. That's going to have to die. So we may have to figure out something with Animal Companion here. Swamp King Dread doesn't really help. So we actually want Huffer or Leok here. Misha's not going to do the trick. Is a 66% chance to remove that worth it, or should we just play our high main? Because even if it works, I don't get to do anything else with my turn. I think I just give him a charging high main, right? He does 8 to face. We clear his board. We play Swamp King Dread to stabilize. Yeah, we'll just have to try. It's not great, but I don't know that we have a great choice. I don't think we've seen Deadly Shot all day. We haven't seen Flare yet. Freezing Trap would be pretty solid. Oh, just Houndmaster's not as bad, because that doesn't get charged right away, right? The Crawler gets charged, but we're not taking 8 to face. We're taking 6, which is less problematic. I'm okay with this. Hounds gets a lot better here, too. Let's roll Leok and then have a field day, right? He's just the worst. Okay. So we need space. We're gonna summon 3 dudes, so we'll go here first. And actually, I guess the high main's gonna go into that too, though. So crap. No, we can do this. This is fine. I didn't really even consider that maybe Hounds wasn't the best play, but I think it was. And we're just gonna have to leave that up because we don't have a good trade for it. But this board's just so intimidating. We should be all right. Grimstack says, Regis loved your Lich King video. I'm glad to hear that, man. I wasn't totally sure that people are gonna respond well to that because we haven't done a video like that before. So I'm glad to hear that. Ugh, that's such a good on-curve play. My God. Thankfully we have answers, but still frustratingly good. Is he going to have to clear here? I mean, we have a lot of damage coming back. We'll see. Roll high? Nice. So we could be dead, but most likely he's just dead, right? Swamp King Dread's insane. Regis, don't you think you need healing? I mean, yeah, always. Rogue and Hunter always need healing, but what card do I use? What healing card do we use, guys? Hunter has no heal available, really. You kind of just have to hope you get tempo and find some defensive tools. And frankly, Hunter has ways to kill them before they kill us, so I think that's going to have to be our healing. I don't mean to minimize your question. I think it's a good question. I just don't know how to satisfy that need. One game further from the snipe. Sorry, Tingus. Regis, do you think the 50 Knights of the Frozen Throne packs are enough to make good decks? It just depends, right? Certainly, it's at least 50, but it might be more. It's hard for me to answer that question because I don't usually skate by on smaller numbers of packs. Like, I buy a lot of packs, so I don't really know where that threshold is very well. I haven't dialed in on that number like some players might have, so I wish I could answer you a little better, but I really don't. I don't have an answer for you. Ryan Deritis says, I love your beard, very sexy. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it, dude. Regis, I want to grab your long... Oh, whoa. That's not the right place to break that sentence, by the way. I said, Regis, I want to grab your long... The end of the sentence is hairy chest, which is still scary, but much better than stopping the sentence at Regis, I want to grab your long. Regardless, thanks, I guess, English one. Thanks, I guess. What program do you use to show the deck? This is called Hearthstone Deck Tracker. Since we have a 3 into a 3, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this. If we get Huffer, we won't trade. If we get Leok, I guess a trade's worth it. I don't really know. Neither's great, but Huffer I don't want to trade because we set up the easy trade for him. That's like sort of good, but not really that good, is it? I don't know. Like, Unleash the Hounds is good here, I guess. I gave him an Unleash, but, like, Hunter otherwise doesn't have a great way to deal with this. I'm hoping it just gets a trade. We might be in trouble if he has Unleash, I suppose, but other than that, we should be fine. I don't know what I expected. I mean, why would I expect anything else? Is this going to be the first time we see Deadly Shot? No. So I think we're screwed. I think we're screwed. I guess we can feign Freezing Trap here. I guess we can feign Freezing Trap. Because we have neither of the answers we need to this card. We have Deadly Shot, we have Freezing Trap. We could have had Eaglehorn Bow in time. Seems like we're having some inconsistency issues right now, to me. That's such a ballsy move, dude. That's such a ballsy move. I don't even think it's the right move. It's just such a ballsy move. We have no... We're just dead. There's no outs here. We might as well make it good for him, right? Like, make it enjoyable. Regis, I'm about to have my 5th Golden Hero, and I've never reached Legend. Well, congrats on the Golden Heroes, dude. That's still its own accomplishment. You'll get to Legend someday if you keep at it and play enough. We did play a Magma Ranger, by the way. Yeah, somebody called that out. Yeah, definitely a Magma Ranger. Yeah, he still has easy lethal, I suppose. It's gonna go for the fun hyena play here. I thought Scavenging Hyena was like a must pick in mid-range hunter. It is. It is a must pick in mid-range hunter. Yeah, it's great. We talked about it a little bit during the deck creation process. But you guys may not realize we're not playing mid-range hunter. So that might answer your question, I think. I think you're hinting at saying that why am I not running Scavenging Hyena? But we're not playing mid-range hunter. We're playing control hunter. And clearly, the next question most people would ask is, well, why don't you play mid-range hunter? It's a way better deck. Yeah, that's right, it is. But we're not testing mid-range hunter. We're testing control hunter, right? We're just trying to figure something out, trying to play it a little differently, seeing what works and what doesn't work, getting a feel for things. I don't think it's always fun to just play the best deck out there, or the best version of a class even, right? Sometimes it's just more fun to test. Particularly in the context of the new expansion. Like, I don't know, this is working, but it just feels really disjointed. Like, this particular set of cards are sort of tech cards almost, in a way. Freezing Trap's there for big threats, Deadly Shot's the same. But we never seem to get them when we need them. Nothing's lining up that well yet, which is just... Sometimes that's RNG, but sometimes that's also just the sign of inconsistency. Like, your deck just doesn't have enough ways to do certain things. Or it's trying to split itself too many different directions, so it's not good at any one thing. So you kind of leave yourself in situations where you're always looking for an answer instead of dictating the pace of the game. And I think that's probably the issue we're having here. I think our deck's just a little bit too disjointed. I'm waiting for you to face a control deck. Yeah, the one more control deck we played there was that darn Mage, and they pretty much cheesed us out with Ice Block, Pyroblast. So, well, and the Mind Blast off of Cabal Courier, which was insane. Weapons aren't that common. Do you think Explosive Shot or the new 2-mana deal 2 Grievous Bite may be more generally useful than Harrison Jones? Well, maybe, but we were looking for a 5-drop, and I know Explosive Shot's 5-drop too, but weapons are fairly common. I mean, even Mage runs weapons with Medivh now, and we haven't seen a Shaman yet who runs weapons. We haven't seen a Warrior yet who runs weapons. We haven't seen a Paladin yet who runs weapons. Like, the 3 most popular classes in the meta all run weapons right now, I think, so... Might be Counterspell, but what can we do? I'm going to go ahead and use the weapon charge, because it looks like we're going to weapon next turn. So, I mean, yes, this morning we haven't seen any weapon classes yet, but I feel like it's almost inevitable. Well, this looks familiar. This looks like a familiar board state. Yeah, oh yeah, also Kraoth points out we were looking for card draw, essentially, and Harrison sort of satisfies that need some of the time. I just took like a sip of soda and somehow it splashed. Oh, I don't want to show you guys that my glasses. I always look weird. It splashed. So it splashed soda on my glasses. How does this happen? What world do I live in where this is a thing? I think we have to go this route. What world does soda splash on you? That's literally never happened to me in my entire life. Not one time. Where's Regis? Hey guys, I got non-invisible drink today. I hope you guys are gonna like that. Alright, that should do for now. Now it's really foggy, but we'll get there. Hey Regis, what type of dew is that? This is Diet... oh my god, don't do that. Diet Mountain Dew Code Red. It's Code Red, but Diet. It's really good. It's really, really good. It's like my favorite, but it's hard to find sometimes. What was that thing where his face was when he took off his glasses, right? Right? Regis, is Freeze Medivh Mage deck good enough for climbing the ladder? Because I can't afford expensive cards. Yeah, it's really good. That'd be fine. Well, that actually became a fairly annoying thing to deal with now. I guess we traded in the Crackling Razor Maw. Or actually, weapon is a consideration, but I just, I don't know, our health is really low already, and I think I value my health too much. I suppose instead we'll just Swamp King Dread, and we'll trade in the Razor Maul. We lose a little bit of damage with that trade, but theoretically the Death Rattle here kind of makes it 3 damage, right? Who knows? And that 2 health is just a lot more susceptible. And the Houndmaster lines up much better here. So, we need a Flare probably at some point to win this game. Our turn 8 looks fairly weak. He doesn't know how to handle Swamp King Dread. He's probably never seen this card before. What's your favorite soft drink? Diet Mountain Dew for sure. Diet Mountain Dew for sure. Regis, since when do you have glasses? Since junior high. Since junior high. Couldn't see, it turns out, in junior high. Regis, I think Lich King should be a 1-mana 3/2 Pirate Charge Battlecry, equip a Frostmourne, and his entry phase would be who's in charge now. That actually sounds fairly in line with what we expect from the Hearthstone devs these days. That's actually a pretty good draw. Just got a lot better. I suppose we'll use this weapon charge. We're just kind of sitting on it. I don't know. We're in a position for lethal damage next turn. Even if he kills some stuff, Call the Wild with Hero Power puts us on Ice Block lethal or pretty close. Also with the Mountain Dew thing, here in Romania, at least the town I live in, if you find even regular dew, you're lucky. The Mountain Dew is my favorite drink. That's sad to hear. I'm stuck at rank 10/9 with a Kazakus Medivh Priest deck. Any tips for control deck climbing the ladder, please? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I'd have to look at your deck list specifically probably to make any great recommendations. Just be patient. Know your matchups. I would tech aggressively for ladder decks. I mean, like, in other words, tech earlier cost cards and answers to earlier cost cards. And then just find what you're losing to and make sure you have answers to whatever decks are seemingly most popular at any given point. Ooh, that's a whiff for him. So we should have a pretty easy Ice Block lethal here. We have 7, 8. So Call the Wild's going to happen. So we can just do 10, trade, and then... And I think we will trade here. The hero power means we always have an inevitable way to pop an Ice Block, right? We don't have to... we don't have to, like, save a weapon charge or whatever. we can always use this, so... Even if he, like, freezes the board, we still have an answer, which is... Not every class has that option, so... Mighty Hammer, you're gonna have to be a sub if you want that to work. I'm sorry, dude. It's how Twitch... It's how the Twitch boys are. They make you sub for those things. Twitch is rude. The Blobfish. Wow, do we have some new copy pasta happening right now? Is this fresh pasta, Blobfish, or is this sour pasta? Is this old pasta? Regis tenderly slid back the wrapper of the card pack. His fingers were soft and smelled faintly of cucumber. He pulled out the card, caressing it. I didn't expect it to be so big, he said as he looked at the 7/14 stats. And only 10 mana, he said, and moaned softly. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to read that one with a girlfriend, or not girlfriend anymore, fiance tonight. Can't get used to that word. Gonna have to read that one with the fiance tonight and see where that gets me. Ah, freaking mages. Well, that was an easy turn, though. It's an easy turn. Regis, you need to read a whole fanfic based on this and make a YouTube video about it. No, I don't know. I don't know. Like the idea, but I don't know. So, third Ice Block incoming? No, that means he's dead. That means he's dead. Cool. What happened with chat, says Wordable Streaming? It got weird is what happened with it. It got really, really weird. got super duper weird, as always. Well, we're back where we started almost. Aren't you hyped to play Priest Quest in the new expansion? Yeah, man, I am. I'm hyped to try out a lot of stuff in the new expansion. I think basically my approach will be play all the new stuff, like the explicitly new stuff, like the new hero stuff. Try decks based on all the new stuff. And then go back and see, with the new stuff, what can we make work for Munguro again? Like, you know, after I've satisfied my curiosities with the new stuff. Say, okay, well now does Quest Priest work? Does Quest Warlock work? Does Quest Hunter work? All those and so on and so forth. Mant Ones says, Regis, is Priest with Medivh plus Free from Amber and Elise plus Shadow Visions any good? I don't know the exact list you're talking about. But I mean, I've played stuff like that has certainly worked before and seen stuff like that that's worked. So yes, I think the answer probably is yes. We finally got Flare against a warrior. Exactly what we've been looking for. Yay. Perfect timing. We've played 8 straight mages with no Flare. I've missed some follows here. Brunix Mantis. I realize now your name is Mantis. X-Ghoul, Joe, Phoenix, Deezus, Quasar, Flakme. Guys, thank you everybody for the follows. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. That's a pretty good curve for us. What is this deal? Is he a control hunter? Or control warrior? Ah, screw it. This is a little bit bad to Ravaging Ghoul, obviously, but that leaves up a 3-1, and we get to use the Eaglehorn Bow, so even Ravaging Ghoul probably wouldn't be that bad. Plus, this does signal that we're aggro, so he might mulligan and stuff in a way that... mulligan in a way that is not particularly favorable to aggro, which would be really nice for us. Or not mulligan, but play. Play in a way. In other words, utilize cards, pick... Like, he might pick a lower cost taunt because he thinks he needs a turn 4 play desperately or whatever. And because he's scared we're going to run him over. Instead of picking a high value taunt. That kind of thing. Harrison's probably going to be clutch in this matchup, finally. I don't think we can make a bad trade here where we weapon and crackling. I think we have to take this just because the Warriors have too many whirlwind effects. And we'll just keep signaling that we're going for max damage here. We don't have a good play. I wish he'd play a weapon. Like, we need a Harrison soon. Alright. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good summon. We just got a 9/7 for free. Yeah. That puts us in a little bit better state, I think. Wow! The most... Okay, so let's talk about this for a second, right, guys? What did I say the previous turn? Let's signal our plays like we're a hyper-aggressive deck. And he might change his plays in a way to suit that mentality. So in other words, he'll make plays against an aggro deck. And what did he do? He made a Dirty Rat assuming he was going to get a Fiery Bat or a Jeweled Macaw, but what actually happened? He got a Dirty Rat into a Swamp King Dread because he thought we were a hyper aggro deck. And that is exactly what I was talking about. We don't have lethal, right? We have 11. We could flare into lethal, but then I sacrifice a High Mane, so I think we just have to coin the High Mane. And let's just put him on a clock here. We'll use the weapon. There's a chance we get the other one and it gives us lethal, so we'll just use that charge while we can. So see, that kind of play where you trick your opponent, you lead them down a path, and you say, nope, sorry dude, not actually that thing, can go a long way. Nice Dirty Rat indeed, yeah. Truly dirty. Truly a dirty rat. Is it worth it to play Control Warrior without the quest? Yeah, I've seen some good lists. I've actually played a little bit too without the quest. Oh, Wolf, dude, that emote looks good. Looks good, dude. Welcome to the club and enjoy that emote. I'm going to get more probably before too long, so stay tuned. Regis' stream is still a little gem. Oh, thanks, Sinnigan. Appreciate it, dude. Mantis says, I'm surprised you don't have more viewers. Well, we just got started a few months ago, so I'm pretty happy. Well, let me put some context in that. The YouTube channel got started a couple of years ago, which is why the Twitch channel has been able to grow so fast. But I've only been streaming on Twitch for a couple months, 3 months, I think, at this point. So I'm happy with the Twitch growth, all the same. You should give an Ultrasaur emote to the subscribers, Kappa. That probably will be one eventually. Currently, I only get the one emote as an affiliate, but that should change in the pseudo-near future. As long as you guys keep showing up, with stuff like 75 concurrent viewers on Twitch, it shouldn't be too hard to get Twitch partnership before too long. Ah, so it's the same guy. He knows what we're about now. So now we're going to have a little bit harder time. He's like, oh, screw this guy. He's running Swamp King Dread. Did you play Reno Lock? Yeah, I played a ton of Reno Lock. I loved it. It was great. It was often my ladder deck. I like control decks like that. I used to love Handlock back in the day, so it was nice to sort of remind myself and be reminiscent and stuff. Why not Knuckles? It's a pretty good control card. Yeah, it actually would have been a good 5-drop in this list. If we were going to swap things around a little bit, we probably could add a Knuckles in. We just got a little bit crowded on the deck list. Hey Regis, since when do you stream on Monday? Have I been missing my Monday dose of Regis? This stream schedule started July 1st. So you guys can always check my stream schedule. It's below my face. There's a link. It's a full calendar. It tells you every day I stream, and it tells you what time. Has a handy time zone converter, so you can find your own time zone and convert it and figure out all that stuff. I tried my best to make the stream schedule as easy as possible. And by the way, we got Flare again against the Warrior. Come on. Leonix, don't worry, dude. Appreciate the sentiment. That's all that really matters, man. I'm just happy you're here, showing your support. You don't have to sub to get love. I think we have to trade here for Ravaging Ghoul's sake. Firebat into Razor Maul is actually probably just a better turn here. Yeah, that's fine. It's the most sturdy against this board. Manta says, I've been playing from the beta of Hearthstone, but I missed a good year at least from when I stopped playing, but I still don't have a golden hero. Well, you'll get there eventually, man. The requirements aren't going up, so I think everybody's going to get golden heroes sooner or later. Wardle Streaming says, I always ask you out of context, but what's your all-time favorite video game? Probably Hearthstone. Probably Hearthstone. Star Waffle, Asmonymous, Devris, and Gist for Gamer, and Mike Tan, and Al Rubix. Guys, thanks for the follows. Appreciate it. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Nice to see some regular control warrior. I agree. I almost feel bad beating this guy. Like, glad we played around the ghoul, obviously. That wasn't going to work out for us very well. It's a good drop. Whoa, my mouse just freaked out. We could go for a really greedy line there and try to kill that thing to protect our wolf, but I think it's okay. Hearthstone's probably my favorite game. There was a time where World of Warcraft was in vanilla. I've liked a lot of games throughout the years, so it's hard to say for sure. I would sub to Skamaz before you. Just kidding. That's fine. I wouldn't hate you for it. No hard feelings here. Frankly, I'm someone who has a good life, a comfortable job outside of streaming. I always appreciate subs. Don't get me wrong. It means a lot when you guys show your support monetarily like that. But frankly, if you wanted to go support another streamer who is in more need of the money and is trying to make a go of it as a career, I think that would be a great decision too. So I would not hold it against you, that's for sure. Our hand is just kind of garbage, guys. Like, we kind of need to make trades because of Ravaging Ghoul and Whirlwind effects, but he doesn't get us anywhere. He doesn't get us anywhere. I guess we just see what happens. There's a chance we kill that. That actually sets up for a pretty good Unleash the Hounds, maybe, so. Who do you think's the most cringy Hearthstone streamer aside from Ponyoff? There's this guy called Regis. It's really weird. Really cringy. You sir have good vibes and look like Ben Brode. Thanks, dude. Well, I don't know about the Ben Brode part. Is that a compliment or not? I'm not sure, but thanks for the good vibes part. Crayuth says he's Quest. He tossed it against Aggro Hunter. He shouldn't have tossed it the second time then. He should know, because we Well, we didn't show a ton of non-aggro stuff. I guess you could still theoretically believe we're aggro hunter, or mid-range at the very least. Am I the only one wanting Warcraft or waiting for Warcraft 2, the movie? I have a feeling it's not going to go through. There's been a lot of rumors back and forth whether it was going to make it for a sequel or not. It sounds like the latest news that I heard was that it was not going to get a sequel, but I too would like to see one. Clearly not a perfect movie. I don't think anybody thinks it was a perfect movie, but still, to me, a great visualization of Warcraft, like getting to see so many cool things that you've come to know and love over the years, and that to me means it would be a great chance for a sequel. But I think I might actually freezing trap this Acolyte, guys. Although he's at 8 cards, like I don't know. It's not like he needs more cards. If he gets them, I don't really care. Screw it. I'm just gonna do this. Stealth is actually kind of intriguing. Volcanic Might keeps it alive against a couple things. Aha! Wind Fury would actually, Wind Fury just gives me 4 damage now. I'm just gonna do the Wind Fury. Could kill the Acolyte, but like I said, he has so many cards. I don't actually think we're that worried about him getting more cards. Been road shave, now your beard is truly unmatched. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I thought it was unmatched before, personally, but you're right. There's no question now. Nosferatu, Alucard, and Sergeant Venom, guys. Thanks for the follows. Appreciate it. What is the best part of the Warcraft movie or game for you? I'm a big lore nerd, frankly, with WoW. So now I kind of wish I'd given that thing health. We talked about the talked about that Fire War Axe, but we gotta kill this. I know it gives him some armor, but we just kind of have to hope he doesn't have weapon removal here, because if we can hit this Call of the Wild, we are going to win the game. On the Medivh, I think. Against Warrior, that's just so good. We'll see. What's my favorite part of Warcraft, though? I guess just all the different lore. I think it's really good lore. I like the characters, mostly. I mean, some of the writing is a little ham-fisted, obviously, in both the game and the movie. But the characters, not even necessarily from a character development standpoint as far as, like, their motivations and their behavior, but, like, the actual visuals of the character and the ideas behind the characters and the style of the characters and everything else is really, really great.
Room by the hearth, won't ya?
Yeah, P, sure, man. Thanks for the sub. That's the third real $5 sub today. When I say real, I just mean not Twitch Prime. But welcome, yeah, sure. And stay tuned to your Twitch messages, your Twitch whispers later. Yeah, sure. I'll send you some details on Regis Kilbin's subscriber bonuses on top of the regular stuff you get. I got some extra things. But feel free to throw out a legendary Regis emote there in chat to get things kicked off. Captain Tar is showing it off. Walt's showing it off. So many legendary Regises in chat today. Alright, so this is going to hit, which is really good news. We might have to use a weapon charge, unfortunately, though. We don't have a good trade into that, is the problem. Everything's 5, right? Explosive Trap plus Malagos, dude! I'm going to use a weapon charge, like I said. We don't have any great spells in hand. Like, we're going to give up a 3-drop, basically, right? You know, at best case scenario. Which means if we traded in the Huffer as well, we were giving up a 3-drop. So it's just kind of the same difference. New subs, we spam chat. That's right, that's right. Hey, Faded Shadow, thanks for the bits, dude. Appreciate it. Thanks for the cheer. What did he just pull? What did he didn't pull anything. We have all spells in hand. That's freaking hilarious. He just tossed out that dirty rat to die for free. This guy's had the worst dirty rats against us. This poor guy. Oh my god. So, let's see. We need another Call of the Wild for sure. We're not really on a good N'Zoth yet, right? We've lost an Infested Wolf, a High Mane. Well, that's a pretty good N'Zoth, I guess, actually. The Jeweled Macaw is a fantastic draw. That's not great, though. Shoot. Shoot. Can we... I don't really think it's worth it here to get the minion off of a 3-drop. These just aren't that good. Freezing Trap's not very good either against the Dirty Rat. Could trade, but then that means he gets to attack twice. I think we'll just hold here. This is a pretty bad board against a lot of stuff, but it's the best we can do. Oh, Yappy, sure, look at that, dude. And the heart. I love it, dude. Welcome. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Yeah. We need a big play here. We need Nazoth. We need Call of the Wild.
Aha!
Another High Main would help. Harrison Jones would be pretty good. Animal Companion, I guess we have to do. It's not ideal, but... It's actually a pretty good 3-drop. Unleash gets a lot better, too, with that Leok. It's still not great, but something. We could double Unleash if we wanted, but that's only enough to kill the Primordial Drake, which I don't like. I think we're just gonna... We could Freezing Trap and give him a 10-mana Primordial Drake, but that's actually fairly good against our board, so I don't think we want to. We're just gonna feign something with this Explosive Trap, I guess. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. We just don't have any good cards right now. We need... Well, these two would actually probably be okay. These 3 are probably weak draws. Infested Wolf and above would all be good draws, too. Houndmaster could do something with, I guess. Eagle Horn's a bad draw. Deadly Shot we could probably work with. Save gold for the Knights of the Frozen Throne expansion. I think that's pretty good advice. I'm up to like 1,500 right now. So I'm getting there on the gold total. Explosive Trap's not very good. That's really, really scary. We need something good. Alright, that can give us something good. Let's see. Deadly Shot's potentially pretty good here. This guy, that's the next best target, I guess. The real problem right now is how much armor he's getting off that, but there's just not much I can do about it. Not much I can do about it at the moment. We just need a good draw. This is where we're looking a little light on card draw too, right? Unleash the Hounds. Oh, he finally played the quest. Does he have enough taunts left is the question. So that's probably Direhorn Matriarch and Primordial Drake. That's our guess. I would have went face with that to preserve its health, I think. We're close to dead here. 6-9. Not close, I guess, but a little bit worried about it. They should have a Lich Rager. That would actually be pretty funny. A 5-1 that comes back to life as a 1-5 or something for 5 mana. I guess it'd need to cost 3 mana, but... Regis, your face... Oh, my face is covered. Yeah, thank you. I always do this. Always forget. Always forget. Let's see. There we go. Face is uncovered. I just thought you guys liked that better, personally. I don't know. So Nazoth is going to get really good here soon. If we can live that long is the real concern. Like, Freezing Trap gives him so much value on both of these, but we might just have to do it because we need the stats. Like, we need time, right? We need time. We have 10 cards, so we have a pretty good chance of drawing something good every turn. The Eagle Horns are really the only bad draws. I have to do this just for time. I'm just trying to buy a turn. Regis, you are a genius. Please work for Blizzard. Thanks, dude. I don't know if I'd want to work for Blizzard. It's more fun kind of just working out here and doing this stuff, right? Like, I think that's a little bit more enjoyable, personally. But we'll see. Maybe someday I would do that. What overlay are you using? This is called the Hearthstone Deck Tracker. If you just Google that phrase, you'll find it. Ugh, we're just dead. This is not enough. We can actually, I guess, put him to 8. We're not totally dead, but it's not looking great. There's a good chance he buffs this. I'm actually going to kill the Bloodhoof here. It leaves him with 9 damage, or 10 damage, and we're at 11. But I think there's a good chance he buffs this and kills us at 11, right? Because this is 5 and this is 4. So I'm actually going to kill this one, because I think that means We have a slightly higher chance of living through the turn. We're still screwed. Like, we still don't have a route to victory regardless. Like, there's no winning plays, I don't think. But this might keep me alive for a single turn. If he has any Ravaging Ghoul, Whirlwind, Primordial Drake left, anything like that, he would have been able to kill me. So, both Ravaging Ghouls are down, though. I think we've seen both Primordial Drakes as well. Did one of those get... Oh, no, yeah, one got Freezing Traps. We actually knew. If I had been paying closer attention, we would have known for sure that that was lethal, based on the board state we saw. Deadly Shot can keep me alive if it hits good. Oh, we're alive again! We're just creeping along here. N'Zoth doesn't have any taunts, though, so that's not going to be enough. I think we need exactly Call of the Wild to win, or to stay alive, even. Jeweled Macaw into something might keep me alive, but that's too much board. I can't handle all that. We're super dead. Super, 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 super dead. Oh, there we go. Seal the deal. God, we got him really low, though. Like, we almost did it. We almost did it. Almost did it. Alright, guys. I'm not done yet, but I'm going to take a quick 30-second break to go hit the restroom. I'll be right back. I'm not even going to put up the AFK screen because I'm going to be back so fast. 30 seconds. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and queue up another game. Let's do that.
Rexar versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine. Let the hunt begin. Aha!
Ah! Ah! We're playing against Warlock. I guess Unleash might be good against Warlock. Hey, guys. I'm back. Regis, what's that noise? Nice try. Oh, am I muted still? Did I unmute? Yeah, I'm muted. I'm muted. I always mute when I go off. Just in case. You never know, right? Never know what's going to happen in the bathroom, guys. Be careful. Be careful on stream. Chair stream. Did you remember watching Hands? I did. I'm actually super ridiculously tidy about that stuff. Like, I use wet ones to clean my mouse and keyboard pretty much every day, or maybe every 2 days if I get really busy. And wash my hands too much. They get super dry because I'm, like, actually too aggressive about hand hygiene. So I don't like to get sick. Greetings, Regis. I would rather have seen a real Death Knight class instead of the new class theme in the upcoming Hearthstone expansion. Yeah, I mean, that would have been fun too, I think. But at the end of the day, I'm still glad we got something cool. Do you like reindeer? Yeah, I still like reindeer, believe it or not. Since last week, I still like reindeer. K Riku says, I'm also crazy about cleaning stuff. So many people don't realize how dirty their keyboards are. That's all I have to say about the matter. That sucks that he got a good answer, because I don't get to enjoy the... Whoa! Holy crap, that's a turn, bro. That is a freaking turn, dude. I'm dead. He just hit the nuts on the discard Warlock nuts, guys. Wow.
Aha!
Hey, if a dirty keyboard doesn't bother you, more power to you. I'm not going to judge you personally. I can't take it. I have to have a super clean keyboard. I just have to. So we need a full clear here. There's just no... We're just so dead. We are so freaking dead. That was an insane turn. Jeez, dude. Every curve. I don't... If he didn't have exactly the Direwolf Alpha, I think it would have been fine. I think that was actually... Well, no, he had that Soulfire anyway, so... Yeah, Soulfire. Beautiful, though. Beautiful Zoolock curve. Good on him for playing Zoolock. Like, way to go, dude. Discard Zoo. More power to you, man. Hey, Regis, any swap outs for the Legends in this deck? Was a free-to-play until recently. Can't really afford to craft them. I really can't say, because, I mean, this is just a test deck in the first place. It's not like this is a refined list. I don't even know what's good as far as the Legendaries are concerned. Like, so far, I don't think we've played N'Zoth, have we? Like, N'Zoth so far seems terrible. We don't have time to play him. So, it's hard to say, man. I can't really make a recommendation. Would you say you're a germaphobe? Yeah, maybe. Probably. I've certainly been called that before. I have certainly been called that before. I just don't like getting sick. I just don't have time to get sick and deal with that. So that's really the primary motivation. It's not like, ew, gross or whatever. It's like, I just don't want to have time to get sick. Can't deal with it. Same guy! Crap! Why am I getting the same opponent so much at rank 12? That's really, really unusual. It's a little early in the morning, but not even that is usually an issue. It's kind of atypical. It's a much, much better discard for me, thank God. So much better. Go ahead and play this. I think I have to. It sucks, but our hand is really, really bad. We need a 3-drop, too. We have a lot of stuff we can play. It's very unlikely at this point we don't draw something to play. But that's what happened. Unbelievable. Like, we only had like 5 cards out of 23 that we couldn't play. Or no, I guess 7. 7 out of 23, so... Oh, great. Great news. Awesome. That's really good news. We're going great against this guy. Oh my god. I'm honestly surprised that wasn't Silverware Golem in his hand. Holy crap. The curves on this guy. This guy should be like a burlesque performer because he's got curves. I think we're dead, right? Yeah, we're just super dead. This was really, really bad. Are you okay with shaking other people's hands? Yeah. Not to that extent. No, 10 out of 10 joke, right? 17 people just stopped watching after that joke. Yeah, I'm totally fine with shaking other people's hands. It's not a thing at all. I don't mind getting dirty. That's what I said. It's not like, ooh, gross. It's just like, I want to be sure I clean myself before I do things like eat or, you know, engage in activities that could somehow make me sick based on what I've touched, so. You know how it is. Stelios Greek says, your Arthas is the best Arthas. Yeah, I thought so too. Clearly, because that's the one I made. I think that'd be a pretty cool card. And it'd be really fun. That was the most cringy thing I've ever heard you say, Regis. Dim curves. Yeah! Obviously, I hope I said it with the intonation that completely expressed I realized it was a bad joke, guys. It's not like I'm trying to... It's not like I'm trying to sound hip. Sound cool. What languages do you speak, says Faded Shadow? English and a very, very small amount of Spanish. Just what I learned in school. I took about 5 years of Spanish, basically. But that's a long time ago, and I haven't really practiced it, so... Even my Spanish is falling off pretty quickly.
Hey, dude, over here.
Ugh. This hand is just garbage. I don't know. It's going to be hard to win this game. Do a New Zealand accent. No thank you. I'll just pass. Pass. No thanks. There's no way for us to win this game, guys. I don't think. He has to have the worst quest handed ever. Only 2 languages? Yeah, here in America, we're super cocky, right? And we don't need to learn other people's languages. We make everybody else learn our language. Screw you guys, learn English. We just fully expect... It's true, though. Whenever we go to other countries and stuff, we just fully expect everybody else to just be ready to speak English, because we're not going to learn your crap. Like, learn English. That's the mentality. As cocky and awful as it is, that's really how it is. Everybody just assumes. Like it's to the point where countries that don't have a lot of English speakers, like, are considered far worse tourist destinations. It's because like, we can't even be bothered. Can't even be bothered. See, like, you guys are confirming it in chat. I think everybody should be able to speak English. Everybody learns English. See? It works. And the reason is because pop culture is driven by English, I think. Like, every other country consumes American pop culture, American video games, American movies, American music. So English just kind of inadvertently became the default language of choice. Nothing wrong with that. So now we're just so lazy, we're like, yeah, speak English, bro. So, I mean, he doesn't look close to the quest right now. So I don't really think we have to... I think we can just bide our time a little bit here. He's like, playing really fast. Like, he's scared we're going to kill him. Which is probably good for me, because he's not playing towards the quest right now. Does Australian pass as English? Yeah, of course. Yeah, we can understand you guys okay. Most of the time. And English, of course, too. So now he looks like he's on the Glacial Shard plan. Did he bounce that last Glacial Shard? I really wasn't paying attention. I should watch closer, obviously, but... what can you do? So quests at any point, Glacial Shard bounces are really, really problematic for us. We're in a tough spot. Unleash the Hounds would have been great. Like, once again, I feel like we're just in these environments where we never have the card we need against the matchup we need. Yeah, and you Americans think Aussies always say, chuck another shrimp on the Barbie. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I thought that was the only phrase you guys had in Australian. I thought you just walked around saying that. It's really hard to get anything done, because all you're talking about is shrimp on the Barbie. Unleash the Hounds just puts me in this game so hard right now. Because he's going, like, all in. But none of the other cards in my hand do jack squat against it. So we're gonna die. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can do 9. Ah, shoot. Let's screw it. We're gonna race. We're gonna freaking race, dude. Because now he has to... if he's not gonna kill me this turn, which is clearly quite possible. We left him with a ton of damage. But if he doesn't kill me this turn, he has to trade at least into my board. And with Knuckles and bananas and stuff, and like all this damage on board, like he... oh, that's lethal, I think. We made it. We made a choice. We made a distinct choice to race. Because our hand was hot garbage. And that's what we get. Yeah, when does this nerf happen, guys? Somebody tell me. I need to know. It's being quite oppressive to us this morning. Quest Rogue and Mage are the only decks we've played, I feel like. Using zombies on Knuckles would be awesome. Yeah, he's going to be one of the cool ones for sure for like big-bodied mid to late game minions, definitely. He's going to be awesome. Zombies is so cool, by the way. I can't wait to see it. I have no use for a second language in 99.999% of my daily life. That's kind of what I agree with, Alexander. I just don't ever need to use another language right now. I like the ideas of it being advantageous in business. Like, I think learning Chinese or Japanese could go a long way in the business world. But beyond that, I just don't... but I don't see any advantages. I mean, Spanish is convenient, too, just because Spanish culture is very, very prominent in the United States. So... That's a thing that happens. Regis doesn't read comments. He only reads Twitch. Is that true? Zombies gets charging fledgling scarily often. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about scarily often, but too often because it's going to be oppressively good. Yeah, Vicious Fledgling is like that card nobody expected to be oppressive, but has become sort of super good. I think that Omar actually is right. The only thing that might keep the charging fledgling in check is the fact that the card might just not be good enough. Zombies in general might be too slow. So if Deathstalker Rexar is just not good, then
Regis, you rusty at Hearth, bad day? No practice. Or maybe you just suck, bad draft. Avram and I'ma get me a beer, beam me up, Scotty.
Thank you for the classic Regis Gilman copy pasta there, jerks. Appreciate the cheers as well, man. Much love as always. I will never not laugh hearing that, I think. I don't know that that will ever get old. It seems like it's just too funny. Oh, it's good stuff. And, of course, thanks for the Murlocs, too. Thanks for the glorious Murloc announcement sound there. A comment complaining about Regis not reading my comments to make him read my comment. That's exactly right. That's the best way to get me to read your comment, is to call you out when I do read it. Aha! It always works. 96% of the time, it works every time. Let's see. Magis Eker. Matt Vuk, Final Sky, Illuminati Obama, Wilman93, Wildfire Hero. Guys, thank everybody for the follows. Oh, I think I missed Techno Viking, too. Techno Viking, thanks for the follow, too. I normally would just go face, but since he's probably going to have to use the weapon to kill this, and he would have used the minion anyway, I think it ends up kind of being the same amount of damage. Plus, there are some advantages to keeping beasts alive, if it can help us do that. I'm going to go face from now on out, though, probably. Because we have Unleashed the Hounds, like, having minions on the board is actually pretty good for us. Him having minions on the board. He could trade there, but we don't actually want this to die, right? Like, we kind of want it to live. How many followers are you at now? On Twitch, we're getting really, really close to 3,000 on Twitch. Somebody else could pop out and look at the channel and tell me. Let's see. 2,926 followers on Twitch, and looks like Bound and Gag just popped up to make that 2927 probably. So real close to 3,000 on Twitch. Also getting really close to 16,000 subscribers on YouTube. Should hit it today or tomorrow probably. Had my biggest day ever on Friday on YouTube, guys. It was nuts. Had 177 subscribers in one day. Also had almost 50,000 views in one day. So, basically, Knights of the Frozen Throne shot me through the roof. Plus, last Thursday, before the, what happened? How did he make a mistake? I didn't really see. I'm not watching very closely here. We need to kill that Glacial Shard, though. Oh, he left this up so that we could kill the Glacial Shard. Yeah. That's super chill. Thanks, bro. We're going to save this Unleash the Hounds until he's in a late game board where he has like 5 dudes and he makes his big turn so we can get some extra damage out. I don't love drawing this, but it actually is pretty good on curve right now, so I'm not super, super upset. Where do you get all those YouTube stats from? The YouTube dashboard? Just, you know, the built-in stats on YouTube. I also use a site called Social Blade to track a lot of stuff. It tracks, like, followers and everything. Hey, Bloodshot Man. Welcome back. Big Hairy Beast says, awesome stuff. So stoked to see the Regis train growing. Yeah, me too, man. It's fun. I honestly, when I started, I never expected even this. Like, this is far beyond my expectations. I think there was a point where I said, like, as long as I get 100 views on a video, I'll be happy because at least I know somebody's, like, getting some value out of a video or whatever. Because the reason I started this stuff, this always happens to me, is, like, whenever I have a hobby that I spend a lot of time on, I did it with action figures in the past, and I do it with Hearthstone now. Ugh, that's really, really good. It's annoyingly good. Vanish is actually the card that makes this deck OP, I think. This gets the most damage out, so I'm gonna make this line. Anyway, whenever I get into a hobby a lot, I always feel like I need to be productive. Like if I'm spending time or money on a hobby and I'm not being productive or getting something out of it or contributing to the community in some way, I always feel like guilty, like I'm just wasting that energy. So I always want to redirect that energy into something positive and productive. So I did it in the past with action figures. I'm doing it now with Hearthstone. And so that's why I was like, well, I just, 100 views would be nice. I want to do this anyway, so I create something, feel good about it, create like a catalog of content that I can look back on and say, yeah, that's how I got value out of Hearthstone. And then go from there, but, essentially it's just blown up way more than I ever expected, so that's really nice. I'm not complaining, it's really cool. I don't really know what to do here, guys. I think I'm just going to Infestable Freezing Trap. We can do this like Houndmaster Unleash turn later for a lot of damage. I think, again, this just puts me with the most damage on board and the most defense on board, too. Like, if he doesn't trade now, we're in a position where we just win the game next turn, maybe. 7, 9, 11, and this is going to be a lot of damage together. So, we'll see. We might be dead. He could very easily Freezing Trap and still do another 13 damage. Just 3 chargers is all he needs. So it's a risk like always, but it's it's Quest Rogue. What do you do? That's an interesting line. 7, 9 plus 2 is we have 11 damage right now. The more of these he plays, the more damage we get. I think we're gonna have lethal if he goes super wide here. I think we're gonna be a little short, aren't we? I think we're going to be a little short. 5. I think I needed him to go to 7. Let's do the count here. 5, 7. This is 6 for 13, plus 2 for 15. But the problem is we can't summon all this crap. Ah, shoot. I didn't think about that. We can't summon that many. We only have room for 4. So we're 2 off. We have to trade in one first. But that costs us damage, obviously, so it doesn't help. Crap, I think we're screwed. What can I draw that helps here? Not much. Leok would potentially give me a ton of damage. Double Houndmaster might be enough to keep me alive, but even that's probably not enough. I didn't have it right, guys. I didn't have it. I didn't double check the count, but I just felt like we couldn't have had it because we only had room for we had 5. We could have summoned 5 more, but I had to get 5 damage. There's just no way. I just don't think it's possible. So he takes 2 here. He needs 3 damage from hand to kill me, just based on the board. Should very easily be able to get it. If either of those are chargers, he's good to go. Just needs 3 damage. Any charger. Eviscerate if he runs that. It's hard to tell, but he's trading. Trading, if we keep any minion alive, we win with a trade. Just need 1 minion. Is he just trolling us? Oh, we win anyway now with that. As long as... Yeah, we're definitely alive. We can't get to 18. We're going to win the game. Holy crap. Don't taunt, bro. Don't taunt me, bro. Taunt's the only way we lose, I think. But he can't afford it now, so we win. Cool. Nice. We can win off Unleash the Hounds, too, if we want. Is that more fun? Is it more fun to win off Unleash the Hounds? Let's try to get Grime Street first. Let's see. Oh, Tyrion would be sick, but that's not going to do it. Yay! We did it! I can't believe it. I don't know how. I feel like he should have just went face more than he did, I think is why he lost. It sucks, though. I mean, he was very likely to draw a burn card and didn't get one, like a charge, so that kind of sucked for him. He probably wins that game 9 out of 10 times. Dude, the world started in 2013 when Hearthstone beta started. Yeah, that makes sense.
You asked for it.
Let the hunt begin.
Regis, in 2 years when you're sitting at 1 million subs, and I'm gonna say, yo, that guy talked to me on Twitch. Yeah, I'll still remember you, don't worry. I don't think that's gonna happen, guys. I don't know if I have the, like, the attitude to
Happy Midsummer
like,
Festival.
play up to people enough. I don't know, it seems like, no, I don't know. I was thinking of, like, some streamers who've gotten popular have, like, played up to their audiences and acted goofy and stuff. But that's not true. A lot have gotten big without that. So that's really not the determining factor, I guess. Our board's probably dead here, but that's fine. We love you, says Wolf. Thanks, dude. Love all those little sub stars in chat, guys. That's great. Those will eventually be badges, I think, too. Did he miss an attack there? No, he got it. Okay. It's another one of those games where we're really signaling aggro so far. But we don't have a good turn 4, so hopefully we draw into something here. Captain Tark says, it'll happen and I can brag that I'm on Regis's friends list. Regis, am I like super late? You're like an hour and 47 minutes late waving. But ultimately, there's no such thing as being late. You're just here. So, that's fine. Welcome back.
Aha!
Mind if I roll weed? I've never actually heard that before, but that's pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny. I think Lauren's good. Yeah, Frog, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like, you might have to be salty sometimes and grouchy to get a lot of people, but... what's the difference between a Twitch Prime sub and a $5 sub? Ultimately, nothing. Twitch Prime subs are included for free if you're an Amazon Prime member. So a lot of people just have Amazon Prime anyway to, you know, get the free shipping and stuff. And then, oh god, I don't think I can play High Main, right? Clearly a more tempo Secret Mage with Mirror Entity and Counterspell, which makes High Main really, really bad. And even Freezing Trap's not very good against Cabal Crystal Runner.
Aha!
I guess I have to do it anyway, guys. I know it's gonna get. Now let's try this. Let's see what we get. We might get a junkie minion. Slightly better. Slightly better target. Alright. But anyway, Twitch Prime is free with Amazon Prime, and it gives you one free subscription per month. Like, you get to click one Twitch streamer every month and give them a free sub. It's free to you because you're already paying for Prime. But the streamer still gets the payment, so it's, from the streamer's end of things, it's functionally identical, minus the fact that it doesn't automatically renew. You have to go manually redo it every month if you want to get it back. So, man, this is such a sick turn 9 play, but I think I actually just have to play this now for stats. It sucks. We just don't have time to wait till turn 9 to do that. I do still receive money if somebody subscribes on Twitch Prime. That's right, Faded Shadow. That's absolutely right. I do indeed. Can you do some more budget decks that cost around 2K? They help me a lot to rank 13.
Welcome. Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't ya?
Asidoku, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, as we were just talking about it, man. Welcome. And stay tuned to your Twitch whispers / messages, Ashi, because I'll be sending you some additional details and some cool stuff you're going to get to enjoy. Okay, we already tested Entity on this one. We're going to die probably before we kill him, which sucks, but again, thanks, Ashidoku. Welcome. And simultaneously to Ashidoku subbing, we just got to 101 viewers on Twitch at 8:52 a.m. on a Monday morning. You guys are nuts. You guys are crazy. Thank you, though. Thanks for hanging out this morning, guys. Look at all those beautiful legendary Regis emotes in chat. Looks really good, guys. So we are super duper screwed. This is going to get counterspelled just gonna tell you guys that. I know it's gonna get counterspelled, but I don't have a choice.
A free sub. Which one would you pick, Regis? Turkey, club, Italian, etc.
Thanks again, Jerks, for the bits and the cheer there, man. I'm actually gonna order subs immediately after the stream, guys. I think I'm gonna get some Jimmy John's or maybe a local place. I haven't decided yet. So I don't know, but I think I'm gonna get turkey as opposed to club or Italian. Italian subs to me sometimes are just a little bit too meat heavy and like a little too rich as far as the meats are concerned. Club would be fine, probably, because often I get a turkey club. And the little bit of extra ham is just, you know, it adds some spice, some flavor, but doesn't make it too rich. And it has bacon, too. That can be a nice little crunch texture add. But for me, for sandwiches, I really keep it pretty simple. I typically just get the meat, the cheese, often provolone, lettuce, tomato, pickle, and sometimes mayo, but typically light on the mayo. I don't like a ton of mayo. Sometimes people just slather condiments on there, and I just can't handle it. So, heard you talking about the Amazon Prime sub thing while watching on YouTube. Forgot I had to use that still. Well, thanks, Ashley. Appreciate you jumping over and hitting that sub button. Much love, man. I think we'll just go Macaw instead of Fiery Bat. Actually, why don't we just do both? Nah, they're both gonna die. Next turn we can coin out both. That was my plan, is Fiery Bat, coin, Crackling, and I'd rather have the Fiery Bat on the Crackling on the Fiery Bat as opposed to the alternative. So, plus that just gave us more information to make our decisions a little bit sooner. So,
Aha!
plus 3 health for sure against this board. I think looks way better.
Aha!
Hunter can't control if you don't have strong AoE or healing or good taunt like Warrior. Well, I mean, that's not the most inaccurate statement I've ever read. I think that's a fair assessment, yeah. But, I don't think you have to have those things necessarily to have a good control deck. If you're able to out-tempo your opponents, you can still play control just in a more tempo-oriented environment instead of a reactive-oriented environment. I just got to keep the board clear of beasts going into 4, I think, or we probably fall too far behind. Our deck's a little, or our hand's a little awkward right now, but. Ooh, not high main, not high main, not high main. Yeah, still not awesome, guys. There's like a bajillion followers rolling in. I cannot keep up. Legend of Wolf, John Vom, Random Graham, Calcifer was taken. That's pretty funny. Alex Hearthstone, Ashidoku, Robo, Omarx, 4 Angron, Katarier, King of Rose. Thank you everybody for the follows. That was an insane amount of people all at once, but much appreciated, guys. Thank you, thank you. John Vom says, loving the stream so far, and the videos are really enjoyable. I'm sure you will become big. Well, thanks, dude. Jimmy John's only has provolone. Yeah, but I also just like provolone elsewhere, too. I sometimes order from a local place, too, and I typically just get provolone there as well. Provolone's like I don't know what it is about provolone, but it just feels like the safe cheese to me. Like, it's just really good. It works on everything. It's just, you can't go wrong with it.
Aha!
So, we could just go the face plan here, guys, with Eaglehorn Bow and +3 attack and make him dictate the trades. It's a little bit risky with this Rat Pack if we don't kill it first, but at the end of the day, I don't know. 4 1/1s is not the worst thing that's ever happened. I'm just going to go this route. We're going to turn the corner on him, frankly. We have high main. He's got to kill this thing, so he's not doing damage to me. He can clear the board with what we see, but... let's see. Rip Flappy Bird. What happened to that? Did I kill it? How did it die? I don't even remember what happened. So busy focusing on subs and chat and bajillion other things. I don't remember. Well, he got a lot of cards there. That's intimidating. I think I'm actually going to kill this now. It just gives him too many answers. I don't like going back and forth, but as we see the board, he doesn't actually have an answer to this high main, so Might make a difference. Reptix, I think I started reading your comment but didn't finish it as far as budget decks are concerned. I don't really... I kind of just do one budget deck for every class on a new expansion and then don't do more budget decks. So I'll be doing more when Frozen Throne comes out, basically. Yeah. You know, hey, that's not the worst. That's actually kind of annoying. This could be bad, too. Oh, that was a good roll. I do not want a Harrison into an empty board. Medivh is just a little bit too freaking expensive, though. This could probably get wasted, but I really want to cycle. Man, this sucks. We just wasted 2 great answers to Hunter because we just needed a play. This is a sick curve, though, so as long as we don't die soon, we should be alright. He made the right call there, going face. As long as we're not dead, we might just be able to run this guy over. We'll see. We have, this will be 8 and 5 is 13, 14 damage with Call of the Wild next turn if he doesn't trade. So we'll just kill him. Oh man, we might be dead. Kill Command kills me here. Leroy Jenkins kills me here. Man, that Huffer roll, dude. Any other roll, we were alive, I think. Leok wouldn't have done it. It would have been 3 instead of 4. We would have won the game with any other roll there. He had a 66 to win, it looks like. That's annoying. We've lost a lot of games, guys. This deck is not working very well. We might have to call it quits here in a second and play a real deck to end the stream. Regis, can I make you a Vegemite sandwich? Another Australian stereotype there for sure. I worked at Jimmy John's for 2 years. That provolone is fantastic. It is good. You got me craving it now. I guess I'm going to get Jimmy John's. Waving in Fat says, rated Nighthold with my rating group yesterday. Got my first legendary and got from 870 to 882 eye level. Feels good, man. Congrats, Waving. Did you tank as expected? And how did it go? Did you, let's see, what are the first couple fights? First, the big tank fights in Nighthold. First 3 are pretty easy. What's her name can be hard. Spellblade Alorial can be a little tough.
Welcome,
sometimes.
Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't ya?
Hey, Felton25, man. Thanks for yet another sub this morning. You guys have gone crazy today with the subs. That's a $5 sub, too. A real sub, as I like to call them. So welcome, Felton. Appreciate it, man. Enjoy your emotes. Also, stay tuned to your Twitch messages, because I'll send you some more details in the near future about some extra cool bonuses and stuff. But thanks much for the support, dude. And look at all those. Every time we get a sub, you guys just chime in with those emotes. It looks so good. Holy crap, I love it. I feel it feels a little bit like self-absorbed to make an emote of your own face. I'm still kind of coming to terms with that a little bit and like enjoy it when people show it. It just seems so self-absorbed and silly, but it is quite fun, I gotta be honest. I'm not getting a big head over it, at least any more than I already had, but it is cool to see. Do you play WoW, says Hearthstoner89. I do, yeah. I've played a lot since Legion. Basically, my WoW history is I played Vanilla. I took a little break, came back for Burning Crusade a little bit, and then took a huge break and didn't come back until Legion. So I quit like halfway through BC and came back for Legion, which is obviously a very long break to take. But I've been raiding with my real-life friends and I. We're kind of in a semi-casual raiding guild. We basically do Heroic every tier. We don't do Mythic. We don't have enough people. But we do Heroic and have some fun progressing through Heroic raiding. And it's been fun. I have been tanking until this latest tier with Tomb of Sargeras. I've kind of had to cut out a raid night so I can stream a little more effectively and stuff. So I've moved to Flex. I'm a Paladin. And that explosive trap is going to be probably really good later. Let's just do this for now.
Aha!
So I've been healing and DPSing this tier mostly. Happy to tank as flex is needed, but mostly just DPS and heals. You look great. I like your style like a hipster. Thanks, Nessie. I guess I do technically have some hipster fashion cues. I don't think I have the hipster attitude, but living in a city and stuff, you just tend to pick up some hipstery looks here and there. Kind of inevitable. Julin, I am indeed, to answer your question, yes. What class? I said I'm a paladin. You probably typed that before I answered, but yeah, paladin. Started out really heavy protection, and now just split all my AP points across all three roles. But mostly DPS, because that's just the most common need. We need more DPS than anything else, because they're just the highest, numerically speaking. Eye level's 909 right now. I actually was really high eye level coming into Nighthold. I was like the number 3 Horde character on our server, because I did a ton of Mythic Pluses, and we were, you know, near the front of our server as far as rating was concerned too for Horde. But I've fallen way behind since about halfway through Nighthold. I really don't play as much anymore, and have lost a lot of that momentum. I mean, we need to explosive trap, but then we can't do much else with our turn. I kind of just want to play like Fiery Bat High Main. He's used 1 hex already, it looks like. Although I'm honestly not paying that much attention. The only issue here is we might be a little bit dead. But, you know, if you're dead, you're dead, I guess. Regis, listen to me. If you want to have a cool emote, make 1 PogChamp and 2 your beard. Yeah, guys, I'm going to have to take tips when we get more emotes unlocked. I don't really know yet what I want my emotes to look like, so that's going to be a question for you guys, really, too. Ooh, I like that. I'd rather have that, I think. That's fine. That's totally fine. This is finally opened up so we can Eaglehorn, it looks like. Eaglehorn, Explosive Trap might be alright. Let's do this first. Ooh. I think Brawl is probably best against this kind of Shaman, right? We don't actually need to Explosive Trap yet. It's a very small board of stuff. I might just play this to set up the Houndmaster next turn. It doesn't die to the board that we can see, so looks okay. Waving a Fat says, I did tank Hypotenus, Star Augur, and Gul'dan were pains, but we didn't wipe it all. It went great. Yeah, that's actually tough, dude. I think you mentioned it was really one of your first times tanking. Botanist can be a pain when you're trying to keep up the correct tank swaps on all 3 of those dudes if you weren't just solo tanking all 3 Botanist versions at the end of the fight. Plus just a lot of rotating and moving and keeping track of everything. That's a super, super chaotic fight. I hated Botanist a lot. Let's see what we roll here. It's really, really bad against Fire Ellie, unfortunately. But Explosive Trap does make the math a little better, at least. If he trades here, the Explosive Trap might eventually kill it off. I don't know. Not my favorite turn, but... Let's see. Huge fan, Regis says Felton25. Glad I finally subbed. Me too, man. Thanks so much for the support, Felton. Appreciate it. Regis, what websites do you use for Hearthstone news and such? Says Tom in Korea. Well, Reddit is first and foremost. Always on Reddit. And then Hearthbone 2. I use Hearthstone Top Decks for decks and hsreplay.net for stats and decks and stuff. It's really not a bad Brawl board. Kind of wastes the Explosive Trap maybe, but it's a pretty good Brawl. Just because there's 2 kind of scary dudes up. I could Brawl into Swarmer. That's not bad. Let's just do it. Best case we win. Next best case is probably like Healing Totem if that was up, or Searing Totem. That's fine. That's totally fine. We'll save this weapon charge on that. It's not likely to proc our trap or cause a problem, so I think it's okay. Mountain Dew emote, actually an invisible drink emote would be pretty good. That's a good idea. You guys save all these good ideas. I'm going to need them. That is scary, unfortunately. Could try for the deadly shot, but what probably happens here is he goes face and clears off a bunch of little stuff. He might trade into this. We'll see. Would you consider doing a free-to-play series when the new expansion comes out? Probably not. I mean, it's a cool idea. I like your idea. I just don't have a lot of time to do a bunch of different stuff. I kind of have to stick to the same... sort of content, because I know that's what people like and that's what they're there for. If I had more time, I'd certainly love to do more stuff, but I just don't have enough time. Waving it fat, that sounds awesome, dude. I'm glad you found a good good home there, dude. Wow, Alakir's a pretty good answer to that guy. We're gonna have the good clear on Alakir, though, with the weapon here. And an additional charge is nice as well. I need a good draw, though. We need N'Zoth, we need Call of the Wild, we need Medivh. We don't want to see Crackling Razor Maw or Loot Hoarder. That's for sure. Ooh, never mind. That's annoying. Ugh. I think these together are much better than either of them alone. So I'm gonna hold. Just gonna hold. We take a lot of damage. We might be dead to like Flametongue Totem. But we'll just have to see. Regis face the out glasses emote, maybe. That's a good idea too. When will all the cards be shown for the new expansion? I don't know about all the cards. We're going to see some of them on the 24th, and then it will probably just, you know, as it tends to do, roll out until the point where it shows all of them over the course of the next few weeks after that. N'Zoth, we just die. There's no taunts, so we have to do something here. I don't know if we have enough to get through this, though. If this was like a Leok, we might have a shot, but I don't. We just lose, I think. Yeah, there's no math here that matters. Alakir was too good there. That's tough. I think we're done with this deck, guys. It's just not good. We're not winning games. It sucks to just keep losing, so I think we'll play a real deck here shortly. Try a real deck, see what we can do. But I think we dropped to rank 13 there, right? I think that was our bottom out game for 12, yeah. So, I want to win some games to close the stream. So, you know, looking at that deck, it just didn't seem to work very well. It felt like everything was coming at the wrong time. We never had the answers we needed. We never got to play a good N'Zoth. Like, he was just useless. I think we cut the N'Zoth plan with this list. Maybe even cut Infested Wolf. We'd probably add in some either taunts or removal, like a Knuckles explosive shot to fix that 5-drop curve hole. Maybe even a multi-shot, something like that. Make the deck truly control-oriented instead of like trying to do some weird stuff. Like this list probably works better than the one we were just playing because it has more options and more answers. Could maybe even cut the Harrison too for another removal option, another multi-shot or another explosive shot. Maybe even one Call of the Wild is enough. Something like that. I don't know. Regardless, not the most successful test. I don't know that we really learned enough to say anything about Deathstalker, Rexar, and Knights of the Frozen Throne. Maybe we did. Maybe it's just really hard to make Control Hunter work. Because the hero power is not there, good card draw is not there, and really good defensive cards aren't there either. So it might just not be a thing that ever really works that well. Which is kind of sad, but maybe though they'll print enough new cards to fix that problem. So it might eventually do something cool. What do you guys want to play? Taunt Warrior or Secret Mage? Whoever says the first thing in chat, Taunt Warrior or Secret Mage, the first one I see of these two will choose which deck we play. I'm not going to do a vote, that's just whoever's the fastest. Taunt Warrior or Secret Mage? Who's the fastest? Secret Mage, the Blobfish, wins it with Secret Mage. I'm glad, because I need wins for the Golden Portrait still. Somehow, I have still not gotten the Mage portrait. I have everything but Priest, Rogue, and Mage. Mage and Priest are really, really close. But, oh, this deck has Yogg. That's going to be good for stream. That's always fun. That's always fun.
Jade versus Jade.
Regis, do you think the new Priest hero, says Daniel Lesko, will be centered around a Shadow Priest version? Yeah, definitely, because the art, as you mentioned, just absolutely indicates Anduin has been corrupted by the Void. So it clearly looks like Shadow Priest of some sort. My guess is it's probably going to be like a more low-cost version, like a 4-mana card that says your hero power is now... it's deal 2 damage like Shadow form, but it also has lifesteal. So it'll be deal 2, heal 2. That would be a pretty good hero power. That'd be actually really good. Because the downside with Shadow form right now, of course, is that you don't have a way to heal yourself when you commit to Shadow form. Or at least not via your hero power. So you get that free 2 heal every turn. But if you have lifesteal, it becomes really cool all of a sudden. Secret is fun ruiner for opponent, but you need 500 wins, says Adam Gamitrazuk. Yeah, basically that's my logic too. I know my opponents aren't going to enjoy this, but what can I do? I think we got a test for coin here, which might seem like a waste, but we can sorcerers into Mirror Entity if it goes through. So we still get some value out of it, but if it doesn't go through, we at least save our... Okay, so this is like full freeze. This deck does not run Ice Block, my list right now, so we'll need to find an Ice Block probably to win this game.
Aha!
Or some way to gain some life.
An incredible discovery.
Or, of course, we can just out-tempo him too. It's always a nice plan, but... yeah, that's not always as easy. Just to find all the damage you need. Man, I guess... we're still pretty early in the game, so committing to all this stuff on board might actually work. Because we're going to get so many cheap discounts here. Yeah, it's pretty good. A 0 cost Arcane Intellect is actually pretty good. It turns out. Pretty good card. And then I think we'll just go here, and face for 5. That's a pretty good turn. Hopefully he doesn't have an efficient way to deal with all this stuff. Because next turn we can Firelands Portal on 5. That's sick. He'll probably kill one of these, as my guess, with like a Frostbolt or something. Although he used one, he may not have a good one. May not have a good answer to these. Yeah, he did. That's a little sad. I would really like to have seen a secret there. Would have been our best draw, because we could have Kirin Maged into the free secret, into a Cabal Crystal Runner. Like, that would have been nuts. But instead, I think we'll just have to do this. The snipe is coming, just you watch me. Yeah, try, man. There's a little bit of a delay, so I'll have to time it right. It's not like I don't have a delay turned on, but there's just the natural Twitch delay. So I searched too early. I gotta beat this Murloc Paladin I'm playing against. Good luck, dude. What are you playing, Tingus? We need to know. If you're gonna snipe me, it's only fair to tell me what you're playing. Right? Like, I need to know. I would say the delay is probably like 15-20 seconds if I had to guess.
Aha!
I don't know exactly. What's your opinion on the reindeer card? Gooba, I hope to God we get a reindeer card for you, bro. I hope they put a reindeer card in the game just for you, man. So very unlikely to be counterspell. I've seen people run one of them, though, so it makes me a little bit nervous. If I could Primordial Glyph into a secret, I would do that all day. All day. Instead of the Firelands Portal. So I think we're going to actually try that. It's pretty likely to get at least one secret. That's the one I want, too. That's insanely sick. Cool. We don't actually have to play the Kirin Mage, but I kind of want to anyway. Flame Strike is obviously a bit of a risk, but the Cabal Crystal Runner doesn't get killed by Flame Strike, so that would actually be totally fine. And by the way, I mean, I know Counterspell was the option, but the Primordial Glyph was sort of the free test for Counterspell. We had other things, too, we wanted to do. Blizzard is slightly more problematic, but still doesn't kill my stuff, so we just get to do this. Yeah, not my favorite. Would have liked to see Leroy there. If he's pinging his own loot hoarders, we're in a good spot this game. That's for sure. That's a good sign. Do we have enough to break Ice Block with Barrier here? It's 10, 16, plus 5 is 21, so that's exactly enough. I hope I did the math right, by the way.
For Dalaran.
Right away.
Oh, that's crazy good. Alright. Wish he's at 1, but it's best we could do that turn. Best we could do. Didn't have a way to put him at 1. I don't think, anyway. Shouldn't have been. Oh, if Regis makes it down to 1 or 2 stars in rank 13, I'll be able to snipe. Oh, nice, guys. That's a good win. It's not always an easy one to win. Just out-tempoed him, though. You can, by the way, you can snipe people. You don't have to do the exact same stars like in Arena. You can still get a snipe off if you're trying. You play people with different ranks and stuff sometimes.
Jane versus Malfuria.
I must protect the one.
You asked for it.
Is this channel PG? Yeah, pretty much the most PG channel you're gonna find, I think, Skeleton. I don't ever curse or anything. Occasionally chat gets a little PG-13, but... Death Knight Gul'dan speculations. I think Gul'dan is gonna do something with...
Happy midsummer.
What is Gul'dan gonna do? He has like crazy bat wings in the artwork. It's weird. I don't know what that's indicating. Maybe some sort of lifesteal vampire type stuff. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to give Gul'dan lifesteal because Warlock uses their health and they need to replenish their health. But I don't actually like that. I think they'd be better off doing something else. But I suspect that's what it'll be. Some kind of vampire stuff. What would you recommend for subs for Yogg and Pyros? What are we missing here? You could add in another ice block probably without too many problems. Medivh could be an option too. Medivh always works in these kinds of decks if you have Medivh. Pyros you really don't need at all. I'm not even sure I like Pyros in this list, to tell you the truth. Yeah, let's do this.
Aha!
Just a lot of pressure against Druid is good. And he's already used a Wrath, so this could be a thing that's difficult for him to kill. It's a good draw because of the Kirin Tor. We won't be able to do it right away, but still pretty good. Is Pyros crucial for this deck? No, not at all. I don't think so. Regis PG bin. That's right. Ever since the refreshment vendor went into wild, the funnel cake industry has fallen, leaving Breeze to the Feast to have to try and save a dying industry. Every single gold from the Challenge of Friend quest goes directly to the Funnel Cake Saving Foundation. If they're worried about funnel cakes dying out, they should just talk to my fiance. That's like her favorite thing in the world to eat, I think. Which I'm jealous, because somehow she's still tiny. I wish I could eat a lot of funnel cakes to stay that tiny. What is this deck, Tempo Mage? Yeah, it's a secret mage, more tempo-oriented than control-oriented. Hey, Sir Karsten, man, welcome back. I love that emote. Looks good. Doing well, Rammy323. How you doing today? Looks like I missed some new follows here. DHD. I feel like you've subbed before. Yarmarg, Toddy J, Kill Olms, Illuminati Clinton, guys. Thanks everybody for the follows. I feel like those are really familiar names. Like I'm having some major deja vu right now. Murky, Pexel, and Six Soda. Like I'm having some crazy deja vu right now, guys. Like scary deja vu. You guys ever get deja vu where you're like, I have absolutely lived this moment before? That's what's happening to me right now. Like almost to the extent that like I'm wondering if some of those names are bots that have followed in the past or something. Because you know there's sometimes just bots that'll go around following Twitch channels and stuff. And it's like I feel like they came in at the same time last time. I don't know. I'm freaking out right now. Freaking out right now, guys. Aha! Hey Regis, imagine what a lifesaver Yogg would be when he casts a lifesteal spell. Yeah, for sure. You always have to think about like sideways interactions like that, where sometimes a card will make other cards a lot better. Ugh, that's garbage. We really need pressure and minions against this. I mean, we're at the point, though, right now, though, actually, where damage is becoming really, really relevant, too. So, I mean, there's earthen scales and stuff that are going to happen eventually, but if we can just keep hitting him in the face, might be good to go. Toddy Jace is not a bot. Well, that's good to know. That's really good to know. We want a Death Knight Regis emote. God, I'd have to think about that. Emotes are hard to make, guys. They're really small. They're really tiny. It's hard to make good ones, as I've learned. DHD says, I've never followed you before. Also not a bot. Okay.
Aha.
I'm just having some major deja vu. Turns out I'm, like, able to... oh, God. That's really good for me. With Freezing Potion in particular. Maybe I'm just able to predict the future or see things in the future, guys. God, that... He has to concede here, right? Like, he just... Yeah, I was gonna say, if I've ever seen a concede turn, I feel like that one was it.
Aha.
I feel like that was it. Man, Jelly Beanerino, Conagin, X Insanity X, and Bin Laden 2001, guys. Thank you, everybody, for the follows. Not super happy that Bin Laden is following me from 2001, but nonetheless, thanks. Hey, Regis, been watching you for a while, man, and I gotta say, good stuff. Thank you so much, Exon, man. Appreciate it. Is it better to replace Yogg with Pyro for non-memeing? I don't actually know. Yogg is sort of good. Different guy. Might be Token.
Aha.
This is almost a keep sometimes, I think, but we don't know what we have yet. So if I knew we had like a Kirin Tor Mage, I might keep that, but I don't know that. I am Illuminati. That's right, man. I am the Illuminati. As much as I love Control Hunter, it feels good to win, right? That's where I was at, too. That's exactly where I was living, man. It is Token this time, so... This is a great hand, actually. Especially if this Mirror Entity won't live. I almost wish this was Counterspell, so that the Mirror Entity could live. That way we get the double Medivh Valet on 4, just to light up his token board. It's not a bad turn. That's still a good card to see. And I mean, Mirror Entity's fine, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that we have a Mirror Entity, because it's... What if it gives me a Vicious Fledgling, for instance, right? Like, that'd be awesome. Instead, it's Firefly. So I really wish that had been Counterspell, because it's not likely he's going to spell here. He's probably just going to Hero Power Trade. I don't think he's going to Mark the Lotus or anything. So we would have had double Medivh Valet, and how good would that have been? Would have been insane. Totally insane. We'll probably play these anyway, depending on how he trades here. He is going to trade that way. So we'll play these instead of ping. If he traded the other way, we might have pinged off that 2-1 Raven. But I mean, I think the smaller dudes are better, but the problem is there's just so much tempo if I save them. I think I'm actually just going to do this. Like, if I get a secret and I'm able to activate those battle cries, those get so good. Illuminati Clinton says, I'm the biggest bot ever. It's good to know. Well, welcome, bot overlord. Snus Dosan says, hey Regis, great stream. Do you think Blizzard had a bit of tunnel vision when they printed cards like Firefly? It's obviously designed for activation in elemental decks, but it's almost never used in that. Yeah, probably so. I don't think they thought it was going to be quite so prevalent as it is, right? Has become way more utilized than I think they expected. Oh, man, I wish we had the mana for all this. Crap. We'll have to do that next turn. I'm actually going to clear the board a little bit here. I actually should have played this one. Shoot, I should have played one of them. Because I thought we were going to have the mana to do all of them, but we clearly are one short. So, kind of lost. I lost a little bit of board tempo there. It's likely not going to matter a ton. We still have a pretty good... Oh, this actually helps a lot. Now I don't regret it at all. Now it worked out perfectly. Although we still could have had a 2-3 on the board. But it still works out pretty well. We were saved a little bit there by that draw. If Regis could gaze into the future, then life could be a dream. Life is a dream. You should be young enough to get the reference, Regis. I'm not sure I do get the reference, Twitch Beastie. I'm really bad at remembering like movie quotes and stuff, by the way, so if that's what it is. Oh, it's That's So Raven lyrics. I see, dude. Well done. I mean, I certainly remember That's So Raven, but not a show I watched a ton, so that might be why. Just tuned in for the first time, says Grateful Doodle. Love the vids. You're super helpful, even to someone who's been playing Hearthstone from the start. I'm happy to hear that, man. That's really nice of you to say. Thank you. It's pretty good, on average. Can't lose that damage to face here since we have the good trade on board. Like, I like clearing his board, but... what makes the perfect time, or do you mean the perfect expansion theme? Oh, I see. You're answering another question there. Sorry. Ooh, that's not good for me. That's not good for me. I need to kill a couple of these just because Savage Roar right now... He's already used one Savage Roar. What is... Let's say he had, like, exactly Savage Roar and 3 Power of the Wilds. Well, he can't do all that, though, because he doesn't have the mana. Because he needs Innervate, so he's going to use that. Let's just, let's see. We can do 6. That puts him at 13. We'd have 6 on board still if he doesn't trade. I'm going to clear just a little bit here, guys. It's just... You know, even Savage Roar trading is super valuable too, so I want to be a little careful how we handle these things. And some people say he won't have the mana for Savage Roar. I've heard that before, and then I've been double innervated into like death. So I understand. Normally he might not have the mana, but he has 4 cards in hand. It's not like he's out of gas. There's a lot of weird stuff that can happen. A lot of weird stuff can happen. There's weird thing number 1. It's pretty good. He gets to double trade if he wants. Like, we should be able to find enough damage, but we'll see. Now I kind of wish we'd just gone face, but what can you do? Oh, that's a good draw. Do we have any secrets left, though? Yeah, just counter spells. Counter spell's still good. Don't get me wrong. Do we want to play this or not? It actually does trade into everything on the board. Yeah, I guess so. It just makes him have to deal with it. Makes him have to deal with it. Counterspell is fine. I wish we'd counterspelled that living mana, but it's alright. Evening Regis, loving the content and the on-point beard as always. Thank you, Sapphire's Fire, man. I appreciate it. Yo, Regis, should the Lich King be a hero? I don't know. I didn't think that beforehand because I didn't know heroes were a thing, so... hero cards anyway. As far as like a new class, I don't think Hearthstone's ready for a new class just yet. I think it needs some time. Oh crap. 6, 7, 10, 12. We're like in a little bit of a pickle here, guys. A little bit of a pickle. Well, you let him get a board and our deck just doesn't have any AoE other than Yogg. Crap. Oh, that's not where we want that to go. I kind of think I have to save this for face. But even if we top deck the other Fireball, it's only 13 damage and he's at 15. Like, how do we get there? In other words, so I actually need to kill a minion here.
What to do? What to do?
If I kill this... These both go to 3. It's a little bit weird trading. He has to, like, face, trade. Ugh. I kind of hate this, but I don't know what to do. I think we goofed. I think we should have been more face-oriented this whole time. I think we goofed when we traded into too many living manas because we were a little scared. Of course, we didn't know, but... That's actually a pretty good counterspell in the scheme of things, because... the health and damage obviously matter, but really the card draw matters a lot too. So Firelands Portal would be a good draw. Arcane Intellect, great draw. Primordial Glyph, good draw. Frostbolt's probably a good draw. Frostbolt we can work with, that's fine. Have to kill that, obviously. Let's see. Don't forget Ben Broden is considering an expansion made out of wisps. I've never heard that. That sounds fun, though. That sounds fun. Anybody else going to open 450 packs, says Skeleton? Nope. Not me. I'm probably going to open 200 packs the first day of the expansion. Ugh. God. So we're, that's 12, 13. We're theoretically alive here. God, our top decks, two in a row Frostbolts is not going to do the job. We have to hit a Yogg or a Firelands Portal, I think. Probably actually Yogg now. Or is that just game? That's just game. It's exact lethal. That sucks. Yeah, I think we played that wrong. I think I played that incorrectly is why we lost. I think we should have just taken the risk on that Living Mana turn. Taking the risk and just went face. I mean, we didn't know how we were going to draw. If we had drawn a little differently, our line would have ended up better. But in hindsight, I think we would have been slightly better off taking the full damage face route. Only Yogg can save you. Yeah, I think that's right. When new expansion comes out, my Zoth deck is going to be OP. I hope so. That'd be fun.
Jane versus Maeve.
None can escape my fury. You asked for it.
Guys, the viewer count today has just been insane, by the way. Crazy viewer count. So many people watching and following this morning. Love it. Speaking of that, Cryptic Dart and Pisectomy, thanks for the follows, guys. That's a good hand, obviously. Arcanologist into free, Secret with Kieran Tor is really, really good. Counterspell is really good against Quest Mage, too. Or Quest Rogue, I mean. That's a good draw, too. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. This is the pressure we need to win this game. Mirror Entity's fine. It might hit like an Igneous Elemental would be the best case scenario. Probably hits like a Swashbuckler, but even that's okay. We're mostly doing it for the other activations, not for the actual value, because it's just a free tempo play. Oh, he's Igneousing now. Wow. Passing up that weapon turn. Cool. I'm just going to leave it alive. We don't want it to die, honestly, so. Hopefully he weapons here and passes the Mirror Entity so we can use this Medivh Valet. That'd be really, really good news. Because he might weapon trade into the Mana Worm and not have a play. He probably has a 1-mana card regardless because they have a bajillion, but that's what I'd like to see. I want the Secret to live.
Aha!
It's actually one of the better minions to get, I think, just because it's more pressure.
Aha!
Now he has to figure out how to do this. Starm to the head, or Starmo to the head. Starmo to head. I got it, I got it, I got it. Or no, I don't. It's Star Moto head. I got you, dude. I got you. And M Maven, thanks guys for the follows. Appreciate it.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
It's not bad, actually. It's damage. We're not trading into that, though. We're going face. We did this for 2 reasons, because I don't think it's going to get activated this turn. So we'll have the crazy Valet, Crystal Runner ping, or Flame Geyser turn next turn. I mean, we could have tried to save it for the quest or whatever, but that's too fancy for us. We're just going to win the game with pressure. He's already down to 17. We have a ton of burn in the stack. It's not likely it's gonna matter. Especially if he's using this weapon to clear. Like if he takes 4 more here, ugh. And he's not yet close to the quest, as far as we can tell. Almost spilled my soda. That was scary. Yeah, he's taking 4 more here. We'll send 3 more to the face. Actually, we'll send 6 more to the face next turn. Actually, even more than that. We're going to send a mountain of damage to the face.
You are on fire.
I thought we had 6. What did she cost? Oh, we're only at 5 mana. I thought we were at 6 mana for some reason. I don't know why. Regardless, Fireball Ping is lethal next turn, so it's actually impossible to lose this game. Actually impossible to lose this game, I think. I finally got my first golden legendary. It was Yogg Saron. Wow, that's an awesome freaking golden legendary to get.
Aha!
I don't care what people think, Karazhan and Grand Tournament are the best expansions because they both had prominent and lasting effects on the funnel cake industry. I like that logic, honestly. I tend to agree. I tend to agree. Regis, in light of the Midsummer Festival, are you a man who hits the clubs or do you prefer a cozy night in? Definitely the latter. Definitely the latter. Too old for the club scene anymore, man. Just quiet nights watching Netflix with the fiance or where it's at. Usually playing Hearthstone on my phone. Watching Netflix. Last night we watched the saddest movie I've ever seen in my life. On Netflix called Okja. It's about the pig. Have you guys probably seen it on Netflix? If you're checking, is it Okja or Ojka? Okja, I think. Yeah, Okja. It's about this really big pig, this really cute pig, and this girl who's her friend, and the sort of misadventure they go on. It is, it's just awful to watch. I mean, in a good way. Just heartbreaking, and that's not a spoiler, by the way. Like, you'll know immediately. It's just going to have that kind of tone. It's brutal. It is a little bit about bacon, I guess, yeah. Have you guys set a date? I think you mean me and the fiancé as far as a wedding is concerned, the most common question in history. No. We've been together for 6 years. So even the wedding thing itself was a little bit... Hold up. Or not the wedding thing. Hold up. I'm actually going to take Freezing Potion here, and I'm going to freeze that to do a ton of damage right now. It's actually worth, I think, more damage than the Fireball is, and at a much lower cost. Because it's worth 2 damage immediately, and these are probably going to live, so I think it's going to be worth more than the Fireball, and much, much faster. Anyway, it took a while to get through the engagement just because I'm slow and took my time. But no real rush on the wedding, as far as I can tell. And it'll be a simple, quiet thing, too. So, no big plans or anything like that. Yo, Regis, what's up? Got that early stream going. That's right, man. Early. Just more damage here. I'm just going to go absolutely ham on this guy's face.
Job's done.
So he can kill one of these probably now. Maybe both. But that's all he's thinking about. He's gotta...
At Regis Gilbin, what's your opinion on the lack of a new DK class in the upcoming expansion?
I don't have a problem with that. I don't think Hearthstone's ready to balance another class. There's just a lot of cards and weird stuff that goes into that, so I think it's totally fine. I think what they've done is creative and cool. I think they're doing it the right way. That's actually a good draw, because I want to play this Mirror Entity. Probably. Or some sort of spell, at least. I don't actually have the finishing damage I need yet. Our hand is a little bit wonky, so we need to, like, the Firelance Portal's close, but we need like, a Fireball and stuff. Because, like, I don't know, these are going to live a little bit, but not forever. We can, Archaeologist into a secret next turn, but without... Oh, that's interesting. Just 1 minion vanished there. He's going to get this quest loaded up, though. That 1 minion might make the difference, honestly. Like, that 1 extra damage is really, really nice. Anyway, jerks, I forgot. I didn't answer your question here. I got distracted by a couple of different things. I don't think Hearthstone's ready for DK. I think the way they did it's really cool, so I think they did the best possible with what they can work with. I think Hearthstone's a year or two away from... I think Hearthstone's a couple years away from a real new class. I might have already said that. I'm not sure. I got distracted by a work thing and then the game. Shocklight says, recently stumbled on your YouTube channel. Enjoy the content. Thanks so much, Shock, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're having fun on stream here as well. If the expansion has a lot of death rattle cards, could you see Awaken the Maker seeing more play? Yeah, definitely. I think I think Awaken the Makers is like 1 or 2 cards away from being really, really overpowered, in fact. I think that's the one card we're all going to be frustrated by eventually. Are we going to be able to hit Quest on Counterspell? Did he already cast Quest? No. He did not. Going for the heal. I like it. It's a good tech. It's cool.
My hand is too full.
Oh, we actually kind of needed that. That's sad.
I'm late.
Still a very, very good play, though. And we have the Firelands Portal incoming, too. What we need, though, is just that other Fireball or something. Or the other Firelands Portal. We need to get the damage here. Plus, he has a little bit more heal incoming, so... He's looking for something to proc the counterspell other than the quest, I bet.
Let's dance.
He must know this is counterspell and just not have the necessary activation for it. Like, a way to proc it other than quest. Is this the quest here? I've lost track of his hand, basically. This has to be the quest here, right? These are 2 bounced cards, so what are those? Normally I'd be able to keep track of all this, but the fact that I have to... I don't have to. The fact that I get to keep up with chat and stuff means I'm a little bit less aware. So that puts us... Oh, he had it the whole time. I'm surprised he didn't quest. This puts us 1 off, but do we die? Probably not. That's the quest. He'd have to draw exactly a charger for us to be dead. But what I kind of want to do instead is just trade. And then fire... Well, let's Firelands Portal face first. We might just get Leroy and win the game. You never know. No, okay. That's pretty hard for him to kill, so I'm going to go ahead and make the trade here. Because actually, if I don't trade and he draws exactly a charger and the quest, then we are just 100% dead. This means I have a slightly higher... And we're probably still going to find lethal, right? We have a lot of burn in deck. The odds of me finding lethal are higher than him not finding a charger. He hasn't played very many chargers yet. Well...
Time runs out on me.
This is honestly very debatable, guys. I don't know. But this means he has to kill my minion, and we get a chance to draw lethal, too. We have 3 draws, basically, for lethal. So we're very, very likely to hit it. So we actually would have been... At this point, we would have been better off pinging it, looks like, because he didn't have it. But now we see how much we regret our lives, real quickly. Because we can't actually meteor if we miss this. Oh my god. I hope we didn't boo-boo. We can always ping off, I guess. Put ourselves in the same spot. Alright, well that certainly gives me time. That certainly gives me time. Not the planned route, but, it's not the planned route, but it works. Should be enough, unless he draws that other voodoo. Then we might be in a spot of trouble. Might be in a spot of trouble. Not Voodoo Doctor? Glacial Shard doesn't matter. Cool. Well, that was a fun route to the same place, but a little tough. A little tough. I think we ultimately made the safer play. It almost went south, though. We were really close to that going south. So, guys, I'm going to play one more game this morning. Then I got to call it quits. It's been an amazing stream, by the way. Like, in just absurd amount of viewers, a ton of new subs, a lot of great comments and discussion about Frozen Throne. So, it's been a ton of fun. Let's see if we can't win one last game.
It is on.
Alright, I like Archaeologist, of course. It's not bad.
Aha.
It's not bad. Desolate619, thanks for the follow, my man. Appreciate it. Double Archaeologist is also good. Give me one moment, guys. One second, guys. Gotta get started with work here soon this morning. Alright. We don't know yet much about his deck. Could be more control-y than us, could be more freezy than us, because we're sort of the tempo variant, but... Hey, Regis, watching you on Twitch makes me play Hearthstone on my phone, hoping to play an awesome Yogg for the win. Yeah, I'd like to end on a Yogg, too. We haven't got to see Yogg yet. This deck's very good against Quest. I had 75% win rates against Rogue with that deck. Yeah, it's got enough pressure and damage that it tends to just run over Quest, which is really, really nice. Regis hacking the NSAs. I hope that's what it sounded like. That's not even my mechanical keyboard, the keyboard you guys heard me typing on. This is my mechanical keyboard. Does it sound even louder? Probably does. I don't know. I've heard that it does at least. Frostbolt Babbling Book actually might just be a little better here. Let's see what the Babbling Book gives us.
Regis working on stream while I watch the stream instead of working. Feels bad, man.
That's actually pretty funny, Jerks. Thanks for that huge 250 bits, though, Jerks. Appreciate it, dude. I need to add some additional Murloc sounds for the higher bit levels so that you can experience some fun Murloc stuff. But yeah, I had to work all the time, so it's not too surprising, I suppose. Just gonna go ham here, guys. Going for the ham. Probably not gonna benefit from it much based on the spells we have, but I just want to get bodies out. It's early in this game. He may not have the answers he needs. Volcanic Potion's a halfway decent answer, but he's already coined, so he doesn't have like the coin ping ability. If he gets it off this, it's not much different, I guess, but... Mega Fin for bigger bit amounts, yeah.
Loving the vibrant content from your stream and YouTube. Keep it up.
Nano Dragon 22, thanks for the 300 bits, dude. That's a huge cheer, and thanks for the kind words as well. I feel like your name's not that familiar to me, so if you're new, welcome to the stream and hanging out, and definitely, I think, first cheer, so thank you for that as well, man. It's awesome. I'll do my best to keep it going, keep you entertained. You guys talking about subs is still making me really hungry. Waving Get Fat says, I just went and made me some noodles and there were 2 spice packets instead of 1. It's a miracle. I make ramen so differently than most people, like pre-packet ramen, like 10-cent ramen or whatever you call it, like that. I eat it dry. I don't make it into a soup. I cook it, drain all the water off, and then add the spice packet and mix it with like just a small dab of butter. Make like a buttered noodle almost with the spice packet in there. It's very unusual, I know. But I think it's freaking delicious, so I don't really care. That's a pretty good counter spell for him. Let's mana bind. Going into 6 though, what's gonna happen? I'd rather hit like a Firelands Portal or some burn damage on it. Let's counter spell first, and then we'll mana bind later. Still cool to see that though. Dennis Backs 2 says, "Hey man, love your YouTube videos. Keep up the good work." Thank you so much, Dennis Back. Appreciate it, man. That explains your beard colors. Sriracha on ramen is legit. That does sound good, Shock Latte. That does sound good. Or Shock Late. Sorry. Got food on the brain, called you Latte. Also add an egg. Yeah, that's good too. It's a good idea too. Like the egg. Building like some actual ramen when you get the egg and you get some pork in there. I like eating ramen. We got a good ramen shop fairly close. We don't go enough though. I also hit Legend for the first time with this deck last month. That's awesome, my tech. Congrats, dude. Oh, we would have got what we wanted. I wanted the burn. Shoot. That's what we actually wanted with Mana Bind. I'm a little sad. Hello. Chef Kilbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the name. And today we're doing a funnel cake deck experiment. Yeah, that sounds good. Ooh, there's my boy. That might be what wins us this game. Yeah, we'll take that again. It's fine.
Excuse me,
I mean, this actually is looking like a bit more of a tempo version than a freeze version so far. Based on what we've seen, he's running mirror image, so I think we're in a good position to win. Don't have a ton of cards, granted, but have the board. Gonna get some resource off this mana bind. Oh, well, you know what secret that is, at least. Ice block. Cool. I'll take that. Take that any day, man. We've played 5 Yogg spells. Not enough yet. Not enough yet. Well, that's not going to be super helpful in this particular turn. We have more than enough there. Sriracha lifts shaman. Or it says Sriracha lifts ramen to new heights. It's amazing, but in my Hearthstone brain, and after pronouncing Sriracha, I said shaman. Sriracha lifts shaman to new heights. Regis floating that mana. Oh, that's such a good mana bind for us. Holy crap. That's so good. It's exactly what we needed. Wow. Although these are hot garbage. Wow. I'm just building spells for Yogg here right now, honestly. We're going to have to take a Yogg turn pretty soon. Mana Bind Tome is absolutely perfect. It's the best possible outcome. No question. No question. Ugh! We get Mirror Entity, though. Screw you, dude. Oh, screw you, dude. That is a great Mirror Entity. Can we just Kona Cold and go face again? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We don't really need this yet, so I don't really want to play it yet. Like, I'm just worried about, like, AoE and stuff. We took a little bit of a gamble here, by the way, because if he can kill our Alexstrasza and keep his board up, we don't have a good way to answer it. But I just want to pop his block sooner than he pops my block. I'm just going to throw down Yogg, probably, honestly. I gotta call it quits here. I got like a hard exit at 10, so I want this game to terminate sooner rather than later. So I'm making some pretty aggressive gameplay decisions here. But I'm gonna Yogg almost no matter what. I don't think he'll have an answer to our Alex anyway. Is that an ice barrier? That's really the only... Oh, Blizzard's a good stall. We're throwing down Yogg. 11 spells is plenty. Although Flame Strike is really good. But Yogg is better. Oh my god! Why does Yogg have charge? Oh! Oh my god! No way. Oh, I thought it was on my face. Oh! Oh my god. This is the most boss Yogg in history. Oh man. Nothing bad happened. Not a single bad occurrence. And we cleared his board. Holy crap. We just need this to live and we have lethal. Otherwise we don't actually have lethal. We need to draw a Fireball or Frostbolt or something. We can't use this until we get lethal because we don't want another ice block to pop up here, but man, that is... Oh, that was a good Yogg, boys. We summoned and... What was this even from? I don't even remember what this came from. Okay, cool. How did that happen? How did that happen? Alright, so good way to end the stream, guys. If you're gonna end the stream on a highlight, that on a high note, that is certainly the way to do it. Got to 450 wins too. Oh, it's Light in the Darkness. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, wow, guys. All right, so everybody, thank you so much for the stream. Record almost number of viewers today. Certainly record number for a morning stream. A ton of new subscribers, so thanks everybody for all the subscription love. Much appreciated as always. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow, same time. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7, 3 hours earlier than right now. So everybody that made it this morning, hopefully you can make it back tomorrow. We'll do some more fun stuff. Probably do an arena run tomorrow and a little bit of constructed. But regardless, it's going to be fun. It's going to be chill. It's going to be happy. Low salt stream. If you're not looking for your daily dose of sodium, this is the place to hang out. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And until next time, game on.